I want to say I'm outgrowing the button pod a little bit, but
That too.
it's just so reliable, I guess, as far as content goes. I guess he always on time with it. Um,
That's how I know what the hell is happening in the world a lot of times too.
Likewise, it's definitely my news source. Joe Budden definitely my news source. For the most part, like
I've been
he
on
do
a
a good
social
job with
media
it.
hiatus, so I kind of don't know nothing about nothing, honestly. Like only time I poked my head out was to talk shit about the Lions game on the playoffs, but I
So I
went
be
right
on
back into it
I be on
wormhole.
social and shit, but I still be out the loop. You know, I just don't be I just don't care about most of this shit for real. I just don't be. I'm not even not caring. I just make sure my algorithm just be set up for me just seeing all I see is sports and ass for the most part. That's my whole algorithm. Sports ass, cooking videos, and like the rappers that I care about.
Yeah, that's what's up. I just got I don't know. I New Year's Eve after when the clock struck midnight, I logged out of everything and I've been logged out since. I just needed
That's a
a
dope.
break.
That's a dope move.
I needed to unplug. So I just did that. And
For sure,
I
man.
ain't been on too much of nothing. I ain't been on a lot of celebrity content. I ain't even really, but like I said, I don't even want to talk about Button and them a lot this year. I don't know what I want to do, but I don't
Yeah,
want to do that.
yeah, I feel you. I feel you. And also the way that his fan culture has changed with um this new ideology or new method he's taking. The new era of his show. Like his fans have become more. I don't know, man. This is a weird dynamic, especially on Twitter, especially on like
Yeah.
YouTube and Twitter streets. But yeah, we can get to the pod, man. Before my back starts going crazy on me, I definitely feel that
Yeah,
motherfucker tingling.
let's get right to it. It's been a while. We got a little rush to shake off, so let's get right to it.
Speaking of juice, shit, I'm Bishop and this still, I'll leave a nigga this still.
What's good? What's good? What's good? It's the real Bishop and Steel. Here we are, man. My boy Uncle Vic. What's happening, bro?
What's happening, man? What up, though? We back in this thing.
Chilling, man. It's your boy Juice, man, coming to you live, man. It's been a little hiatus since the new year. We recording this
Hot
on
damn ho,
January.
here we go again. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, man. January 17th. Happy New Year. Happy MLK Day.
I was
All
gonna say happy all that shit we just
all that
missed.
good shit. You know what I'm saying? Black History Month on the way. President's Day. For some reason in Black History Month, I always hated that. I always will hate that.
Man,
That month, just another little piece of here, go away that they give us. I'm saying like Juneteenth has become. Um, but man, how's New Year been? We talked a little bit before the pod. You made some kind of cool moves to start your year off on a brighter path.
honestly, it's been chill. That's all I really wanted. I wanted to just tune the noise out some. So I've been on a social media hiatus. I've had a few people. Shout out to everybody who DM'd or texted me like, "Yo, where you been? We don't see you." I'm okay, y'all. I'm all right. I just needed some time to myself,
Yeah, shit.
work on just educate. I just wanted to fill my brain with something other than the social media news cycles, all of that. I've been working on the website and the clothing line, the Vanglorious Media merch that is
Yes,
coming
sir.
real soon. Uh,
My boy got web
Give or
design
take.
skills out the wazoo.
Yeah, and the shit is dope. Trust me, when it drop, it's some dope shit coming.
Dope as hell.
I've been working probably for the last 2 months on this, and by the time this episode drop, I'm, I'm hoping, God willing, that all the little kinks have been worked out with the business part of it. But yeah, we got that going, and I'm just focusing on 2024 moves, out of state moves, just all different type of stuff. So I just needed to step out of the matrix for a second. But how have you been, sir? I know you've been kind of going through some things
Life be,
physically. How's everything going?
life be fucking with me, bro. Man, the irony of life be crazy sometimes, man. So like, if you follow, I'm saying, Good in the Hood pod, you follow, I'm saying, Bishop and Steel pod, you probably heard me mention um the grave um impact my grandmother's death had on me in 2019. That's kind of how the podcast started, all that shit. And ironically enough, I'm saying, on the 4-year anniversary of her passing, December 29th, I get in my car, get ready to go to work, man, and I just feel the weirdest like pain in my back and down my leg. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I thought I was tweaking. Like, I gotta drive like a good hour to work, and it gets painful for me to drive. Like, all right, I'm tripping. Go to immediate care, get X-rays and all that shit. They say I got sciatica. I'm like, fucking sciatica. That's not some old people shit. What you talking about? Like, and yeah, like, I'm saying I got pretty much a disc in my nerve is a disc in my nerve. Why my Siri open? My MacBook. That's crazy.
Siri does what she want to do.
Right. But yeah.
Respond to that.
She does what she wants to do.
Nah, the Siri. That was crazy. But yeah, so pretty much a disc in my spine basically is like pinched against my nerve. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like it took a lot of time away from me as far as work goes. I'm on disability right now. That's all kind of crazy shit. But before that happened, I already had my mind set on like when to stop drinking. I work in bars at night too and shit. So I'm going to stop drinking for the month of January at least. And this is definitely giving me a easier way to do that. Stop drinking for sure. Marijuana is definitely a friend of mine and good pain meds, but postponed a few pod episodes because of it. And thankfully, here I am today, a little better, still feel a little pain, but we're gonna muscle through this shit, man. Get the
Right, well, get well soon, man. I hope. Is this condition, is it permanent? Or is it, how does that work?
I think it is. I think it's not permanent. It's like, some exercises I got to do and shit to make it better. But
it's like diabetes, something you got to manage throughout the rest of your life or something?
Hopefully not. Hopefully not that bad, but yeah. I don't want no diabetes, not gonna either.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, let's knock on something. I got some words right here, sir.
But that's why
I ain't gonna lie. That's why I called you last night. Normally we don't just get on the phone and talk. We'll text, but I called you because I was a little worried. I'm like, man, let me. We've had these type of situations with friends of ours. We talking to them one day, and the next day not here. So that shit I was a little worried about you, bro.
Yeah, like, man, definitely. I was concerned with my damn self. Like it was like, cause I've had I'm a big dude. So I done had back pain before. I'm saying I play football and shit. I had back pain before. This shit was different. Like, I'm like, I can't. Like my foot was like numb. Like I can't feel my foot. So it's not. Is this like some? I thought it was some diabetes shit for real. Like my foot, I'm some Big Mama from Soul Food type shit. Like she lost her foot. I'm like what the fuck going on? I know I'm fat, Joe, but don't tell me I'm going out like this, Joe. I'm too young for this shit. Joe. Like, hold on, what we gotta do? He was like, no, it's some wear and tear from either lifting shit the wrong way. I work in a warehouse also. It's like lifting shit the wrong way or moving shit the certain ways. Like this shit just lodged disc in my back and just pretty much gotta just hopefully I can get a steroid shot in the next couple of weeks to get it worked out. I'm saying so. Hopefully, just gotta. I'm saying get on my shit basically. Just I'm saying just keep
right. Yeah, I know when you said the word sciatica, I was familiar with it to some degree because Phoenix's mom, when she was pregnant, Steve was sitting on a sciatic nerve, and I was watching it like almost hobble her. Yeah. So I knew it was something with nerves, but I had never heard it referred to that way. So
yeah,
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here and you ain't, hobbled over and all that good stuff.
One of the lower discs in my spine pretty much dislodged a little bit and it's pinching that sciatic nerve. So like that nerve is being pinched and that's like that nerve pretty much goes to your feet and shit.
All the prayer words out there. Keep us all in your prayers the same way we do with y'all.
30s a motherfucker, boy.
Yeah, hey, if you're going through that in the mid-30s, the 40s is coming, sir. Yeah, but man, that's exactly why I've been on the same thing dry January, except for because I didn't drink on New Year's Eve or any of that. I chilled out. I think I went to bed early. All of that, but
New Year's Eve I think overrated at this point.
The first or the second, I did have a sangria night. I had it was my first, not really a wine drinker, so we had some sangrias with dinner, but And I was like, oh, that's cool. But
Yeah.
outside of that, I ain't been smoking weed. I ain't been drinking. I ain't had to. I just wanted to, like you said, I wanted to get back on my shit. And I was watching the last episode. We did the Bishop and Still Awards that I don't like, by the way, and I'll get into why later. I don't like that episode. But I was looking at my belly on that episode, and I'm like, dog, I'm not supposed to be no big dude, man. Let me get that together. So I just wanted to, just cleanse, bro. So that's what I've been on this month, for real.
No detox.
Yeah, man.
No detox.
But how we starting out? You want to just get right into music? Because I mean, we're already going to the third week of January, and by the time this drop, it'll probably be another Friday where music done came out. So we might as well get into last week's music.
We can definitely do that. But before we do that, I want to kind of chime in a little bit on what you said as far as the last episode. Like, big part I didn't like it is because, like, organized a little bit. And with that being said, it's 2 albums specifically from last year I want to highlight that I didn't highlight in my music appreciation from last year. One of them albums is definitely BJ Chicago Kid, Gravy.
Oh yeah,
I fucking love that album.
We forgot about it.
Didn't mention that album at all. And then the other album is from an artist I typically don't like that much, and that's Boss. One of the best album titles. We only talk about real shit when we're fucked up. Shout out to Boss. Shout out to BJ Chicago.
You might have mentioned that a little bit.
I did. Okay, for sure.
That. Okay, but because that came out at the end of the year, so I would think I would count that more to this year. But I also want to highlight, you know what? Bishop and Still Awards was a trial and error thing, and I think this year we're gonna get it right. And to be more specific,
might even do some midterms this year. Might do some midterms this year if shit goes right.
Yeah, to be more detailed into, we did that off the cuff, right?
Off the cuff of the motherfucker.
There was a lot of things we forgot. Yeah. There was a lot of things we forgot, and to be told, there's enough podcasts or enough shows, whatever you want to call them, that highlight the pop culture, mainstream, the manufacture. I don't want to call them manufactured, but for lack of better terms, the manufactured, pushed out into the skyline. You got the machine backing you type of artist. Right. So while we gave Sexy Red and all them recognition, to be honest, we don't really be listening to them like that.
Never.
So when we do stuff like that, I don't even want to kind of get into that bag anymore, because that ain't really our wheelhouse. That's not what we do.
I'm with you.
And when we was talking about like there were things, because to be honest, that's why I'm more proactive in listening to music this year, because last year I just wasn't in the mood. I didn't listen to a lot of stuff.
It wasn't that much good shit last year also.
I think it was, but I just didn't care to listen to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't no blockbuster year, but it was decent music. I just didn't care, to be honest.
Personally, for me, I always hate highlighting music that I listen to in passing. Like Sexy Red, I listen to that shit in passing. If I don't listen to my own free time, I don't consider me listening to it for real. Like,
that's what I'm alluding to. Yeah. Because toward the end of the year, I went and hung out with one of my homies, right? And I heard this name all last year. I didn't have enough wherewithal, enough get up in me to want to go listen to it. But I heard this name probably more than 10 times last year, and I kept saying, I'm gonna get around to it. But we dropped the ball, because Don Tripp was Rapper of the Year in 2023.
Rapper of the Year?
Rapper of the Year. And I say this because I kept hearing that name, because he put out a project, mixtape, album, whatever you want to call it. He put out a project. He put out a project like every 3 weeks last year. So when my man told me, we had a night, he wouldn't let me leave the house. He played me like 4 joints of that. When I heard him, I said, okay. So the first 3 days of the year, I just dug into all them projects, and he kicked everybody's ass this year, and we didn't even talk about it. We didn't talk about it. Like, we didn't talk about verse of the year. Secret Recipe was, you could pick any J. Cole verse, but Secret Recipe was phenomenal.
That was a masterclass.
But Don Tripp, he probably put out 15 or 16 projects last year, and when I say damn near every last one of them flawless, we didn't even mention that dude. And I feel like politics, like rap politics in itself, we didn't Like nobody talked about it.
Right.
Not just us. Nobody really talked about it. And it's like, nah, bro. So when we go into midterms, Bishop and Still Awards this year, I'm not catering to the people that
To
y'all
the
like so
basics,
much.
to the ones we already know, whatever.
Yeah,
And
I'm
like,
not catering to that.
and kind of transitioning from that to this year. I mean, we got on top of the year already in January, I guess late December also. Two big names and dropped in hip hop, Nicki Minaj and 21 Savage.
Nicki Minaj was ended last year.
In the last year for sure, but I counted for this year. That was like literally the
Yeah,
last
still
2 weeks of December. That felt like it's very recent still. And that's another J.
Yeah.
Cole feature on there. Got Drake on there, got Wayne on there, but like
We talked about that last episode.
yeah, we did. But it was like it was like literally the last week. That's the last episode we talked on. That's the last week. But like from 21 Savage, I'm expecting some not only big names to come out this year, but I feel like we're gonna get a lot more impactful albums come out this year. I feel like
I think so as well.
Because last year we had a lot of music, but it was a lot of just like It was a lot of that kind of music, just like okay. You know,
I just said this last night.
Even with Drake, that was like probably Drake's. It was a good album, but it was probably Drake's most blah release in a long time. Just like a rap release. Like honestly, never mind. I wouldn't consider that the same caliber. But like it's like J. Cole didn't drop last year. Kendrick Lamar didn't drop last year. Nicki dropped at the very end of the year. She probably blew the year out the water with that release because it was such a not quiet, but like just such a blase year all around. You know what I'm saying?
I said this last night, actually. I think that this year is gonna be another one of those years reminiscent of like 2016, 27. What was that year where like every week we had it was Cardi, Rhapsody came out that year, 444, Thug came out that year. Like that was one. Cole came out that year.
Yep.
That was one of those years where I think it was Scorpion. Scorpion was the year after, but it was 2016. 2016 was that kind of year.
But shit, we had back to back that year from Drake. Drake gave us back to back. He gave us Summer 16 that year. He went crazy that year. Like it was.
I think that we're gonna get one of those. Yeah. I think this year is gonna be it's an election year. I think we can expect an album from Hov this year. We know Kanye not done being Kanye.
I'm gonna roast you today too, my boy. I can't wait. I can't wait.
I don't see no point, but
I'm gonna roast you today, my boy.
We start the year off with 21 Savage and Benny the Butcher coming next week. I think we're getting Fab has been in a bag for the last 5 weeks. I think we're getting a Friday night freestyles.
That sounds like Fab.
Fab is
that's snooze.
That's selfish.
I was like, all right, okay. Selfish was hard. Selfish, don't give me. Selfish was fire. Like selfish,
like one so far.
Him killing that was, of course, he bombed. That was the best one for sure. But for the snooze one, gave me that. Oh, this Fab. This is soul tape. This is soul tape. This is okay. Because selfish, I'm like, all right, you showing you still got your shit on selfish. But on snooze, like, oh, you still got your shit consistently. You got a bag of these tucked away.
I think we're getting a Friday night freestyles project again. A part 2 to that.
I just want one thing for Fab. I know it's one for me as I get older, and unfortunately, as I get older, these rappers also get older. I come to the realization that Fab is Fab. He's gonna be who he is. But a part of me still holds on to my high school thoughts. I just wish he just give me a true, real album that he just goes all out with his direction. Don't give me the when the money come, when the honey go. Give me none of them songs. Give me just this kind. Give me soul tape in an album. Give me that Fab album mode. I want to hear that. It's this kind of energy on from Fab.
Fab doesn't do that album mode ever. But I feel like Loso. To me, Loso's Way is my favorite Fab album, and that album
because that's the only good album he got for real. It was Young OG.
No, it's not. Young OG. Y'all niggas, y'all be playing around with Fab.
Listen. From my perspective, maybe he's not his only good album, but you got to remember, I'm almost 10 years old.
I forgot he was like 12 so for me, 11
when the first Fab album I heard, he had Holla Back, Young and Woo Woo on that motherfucker.
Ghetto Fabulous was hard in the time it came out.
It was hard. But listen, at that time, it came out the same day as Blueprint. So for me,
and that was I bought them both that same day.
But now
And that shit
imagine being 11 hearing that album. And
that's what I'm saying. You wasn't outside, so
that's what I'm
you
saying. Like,
wouldn't
it's
get
like,
it.
okay, I'm 11 years old. This album came out. Like, they ain't
Because
hitting
that
like
album
girls.
also had
This nigga has
the also
girls, girls,
album.
girls. This
The
album,
album
what you
also
got?
had the album also had keeping it gangster somehow. That album also had man. Come on, man,
I wasn't a
crazy.
Fab fan until No Competition. That's why I said, oh, Fab, nice. Like, I always thought Fab was cool, but like,
Is that before or after More Street? That's after More Street
yeah,
Dreams. You
that's like,
didn't,
that's like 2005, 2006.
you
Yeah,
nigga, More Street Dreams? What?
with Breathe, I'm cool.
No, that's Street Dreams is Breathe, and More Street Dreams is some nigga thug and some nigga with him and Joe Budden and Paul Kane. That whole the Renegade with him and Paul Kane.
See, I got on Button around New Music 2.
I forgot you was okay. Let's get into
Because you gotta remember,
this
for
week.
me, Button for me came out. I knew Button from Fire. I knew Button from Pump It Up. Like this, I'm not listening to this nigga. I'm not
That
listening
album
to
was
the
dope
dude.
though.
I
Them
believe you.
singles. You keep
I
talking
believe,
about
but
singles. That
listen, you
album was dope.
talking to somebody 10 years young. I'm only hearing the singles. I'm not buying an album at
Right. You're not
13.
buying the
I'm
album.
not buying these albums at 13. I'm hearing the
Because
singles.
that
I'm gonna buy
album
the
had
album of that.
that album got Walk With Me on there. That album
Walk
got
With Me's
10 minutes
hard.
on
Walk With
there.
Me is
That
a
album
classic.
got
12-minute
that album
long
got
ass song.
shit on there.
For sure.
But I
I went
forgot
back
you
and heard that and appreciated it. But when I was a
I
kid, it
forgot
came out.
you not fucking when Joe Budden came.
Exactly. I'm saying again. I'm saying like talk about Button. I got on
You're
Button.
not a grown man. I get
New
it.
Music 2. Like '03, I'm listening to Ja Rule. I'm listening to. I'm listening to.
How dare you speak blasphemy on Fab and Joe and you listen
But
to
I'm saying this
336.
is my point though. So
You listen to 336.
I'm
You was
listening to
still
Nelly and
yeah.
Outkast and you know what I'm saying this is what I'm
Yeah.
listening to.
You listen to
Outkast
EI
is my
and
favorite
shit.
group since I was a kid. I've been an Outkast fan that was this tall. I ain't want to hear no nigga talking about pump, pump, pump. I ain't want to hear that shit. I ain't want to hear Fire or Focus. Walk With Me, I
Yeah,
appreciate Walk With Me in high school. Like, oh, this nigga hard. Dear Diary, oh yeah, this nigga hard. But it took a while.
What's up, man? Stop chewing on your clothes, man. Me, Junior. Stop.
Looking like Kobe.
Look at this in your shirt, man. What's wrong with you?
Like Kobe, chewing on the jersey.
That's what I used to do it as a kid too. Now my mom used to get on my ass about that. Now she done chewed her whole shirt up. Like what? Now I gotta change your clothes, man. What's going on? What's up? You want to hang out? Okay, go get your stuff together. No, get your phone. Yeah, get your phone and come on, man. You can come hang out, get your phone, and you're gonna need something to do in here. Ain't nothing else to do in here. Come on, I'm doing something. Make it quick, baby. Go get your phone so you can close the door.
So what are your thoughts about 21's
I said you can. Go get your phone and come back. Get over the child. This is what having girls is about. Everything is a debate. Come on, man. Stop chewing your shirt. Bro, don't get a whooping on live TV. Don't do that. What I said is what I said. Get your shirt out of it. Dude. You want to show the world how crazy you look? Come here. Come here. Look at how crazy you look. My mom will get a kick out of this if she watches this episode. Because you look crazy. Come here. Say hi, Fiend Crane. Look at her. Look at her shirt. It's chewed up. The words on the look, it said best daughter ever. It probably says S order never now. Like, what are you doing? Come on, man. Look at you. You look crazy.
Loose neck.
Now I can't judge you because as a 4-year-old, that's what I did all the time. Like my aunt and them used to call me Linus. Because I would do the same, and now she does. So I'm almost hypocritical, but as a parent, that's what I gotta do. No, we're not doing the loud phone. Here. You can because dad talking about stuff, and I'm gonna be saying stuff I don't necessarily want you to hear me saying anyway. So anyway, though, let's get back to the subject matter, sir.
Let's get them butters, boys. Get them butters.
Yeah, I just had to wash her hair. And I did a horrible ponytail, but hey, it's dad work.
Real quick before we get to the music, Recently was the Emmys just happened. Of course, I didn't watch it because I watched football that day. But
Yeah, I didn't watch that shit either.
they showed they did it paid homage to Martin. Martin
I
Lawrence
did
is
see that.
Martin
I
Lawrence
saw
is
that
sitcom.
last night.
Martin Lawrence is sitcom, and they rebuilt the set, and it was just dope to see the Emmys acknowledge them because like even Gina Tisha Campbell said it during the moment. She was like, "We were never even nominated for an Emmy. We had so many episodes, so much syndication, and it just amazes me when I look back at like that era of TV and just I can't even imagine. We really old. We saw old Vic. We saw them shows week to week, Joe. Can you imagine? Can you recall really just sitting on the couch once a week waiting for the new Martin to come out? I can't. That's crazy that I experienced that in real life. I remember it, but the fact is, it's just crazy to think about it. Man, I used to wake up for the next week of Martin.
Yeah, same thing with Fresh Prince and New York Undercover and all of that.
Seinfeld. Like, I remember waiting for the next episode. That's crazy. These episodes I've seen a million times now. It's amazing to me, bro. Like it's really crazy. That show has been off the air for damn near 30 years. Knocking on 30 years.
Yeah.
It came out in 96.
That's around the time it ended, I want to say. It didn't come out in 90. It came out in like 92, 91, like 92.
You ended like 97 something like that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because it ended with me going into high school or something like that.
Yeah. But man, like you said, new music came out, man. 21 Savage just dropped. What do you do with 21 Savage album?
Okay. Because let me start with this.
Look at his face. Everyone watching, you saw the face he just made. We about to get a Vic take. We got to get a massive Vic take.
I don't think so. This ain't massive. I'm not going there yet. I'm saving that for your man. But
shit. All right.
Yeah, cutting. I'm saving that for your man.
All right, I'm with you.
Now, 21.
Can you do something for me?
Friday, I didn't start listening to the music till like Sunday. So I was already hearing everybody's praises. Oh my God, 21 Savage, it's the best thing I've ever heard. And I said, y'all must have been listening to 21 Savage the last however many years. Because this isn't, it's like you could tell people have recency bias. It's like they just now found out that he was fired. And I'm like, where have y'all been? So I feel like people overhyped it or they got recency bias after the Her Loss thing. Maybe he gained some new fans and all of this stuff. And so I thought I was going to be on some Radio Raheem and 88 shit. So I put it on and I do like the album. I think it's dope, but I feel like people overhyped it. I feel like it's overhyped. I feel like people are so, they're like, he did this grown man back. I'm like, he's been in there for the last few years. The Rick Ross feature, he smoked to me. He pretty much carried Her Loss to me, even though Drake got more.
I didn't go long with that.
Even though Drake has more, because I feel like when Drake finds inspiration in some people, he piggybacks off them. So yeah, Drake is on the project more, but I feel like 21 carried him, to be honest.
This album kind of just to pick up back on your point, 21 Savage album is good. Like every album he pretty much puts out is pretty much good. He's a dope artist, good lyricist, makes good hooks. He gives us good music every time he comes out. But what it kind of did for me was think about Her Loss. And I'm starting to realize Her Loss was so good because as great as Drake is, he's a better featured artist. And like a lot of them songs, even though Drake kind of stole the show, it sounded kind of like 21 featuring Drake, or like, but it'd be Drake still in the show as a featured artist, but it sounded like a 21 kind of song.
That's my point. 21 carried it to me.
Yeah, it was definitely 21 sound kind of like
you could tell it was 21 sound.
Like 21, and Yachty had a big impact apparently, and yeah.
And I think that 21's album is, I think it's more expensive. I think the theme was consistent. I think that like the R&B samples, the face sample, the all of that stuff,
Right.
the features, because the him and Doja Cat feature is fire. She smoked that. The
Travis
Dirk
Scott joint is
feature,
crazy.
Dirk went Dirk.
Dirk.
Jesus,
Dirk is another
Dirk
one that's
said
nasty with the feature verse. He a nasty feature guest every time I'm on.
Dirk went crazy.
Yeah.
I think that I like the album. I think it's a solid album. I would
have loved to
probably
see another Cole joint with him. I would love to see
I
Cole.
would put it probably in 21's top 3 albums, but I don't think it's better than, and I know comparison of the Thievery and Joy, so it's not to hold it up, but I just saw a lot of people saying, "Oh, this is 21's best album," and
I am greater than I was hard.
Same. That's what I'm saying. I think that's his best album. So to me, it's not his best album, but I think it was a great start to the mainstream.
Even the album with a bank account. What's the name of the album? The one with the pink cover. It's like remember bank account? 1, 2, 3, 4 in my bank account.
Yeah, that's is that Issa?
Yeah, Issa. That album. That was a hard album too. So like he's consistent. He's consistent. He's a consistent act.
That's my thing. 21 is that. I think that it's a great start to the year. I think it's a great start to the mainstream rap year of I'm setting the bar high. So whatever y'all come do after this, y'all gotta come with it. But I don't think it's 21's greatest work.
The thing about 21, I guess, that makes people, I feel like people say this about 21 every time he drops. Like, oh man, 21 killed it. It's like a surprise album. It seems like, okay, it's
that's
21.
My point.
Like,
to me, it's like he's been doing this since he's been doing this his entire career.
I think it's because he's so laid back. Like, I think Cole kind of has this a little bit too. Like certain artists are just so mysterious, not mysterious, even like just so low key that when they come out and like just outperform the expectations, it's like, oh shit, go crazy. Like, because they're so reserved, kind of. Like Cole's reserved. So when Cole started doing all these features, the people are like, oh shit. But meanwhile, like artists been doing features for years. Like,
I think people are just not as hip to 21 Savage as they should be, honestly.
That's true.
I've been saying for the longest, since before the first album, he was BG of this generation. Speaking of that too, welcome home BG. Free. I mean, as far as
he dissing Wayne, man. I don't know how I feel about that, man. That's crazy.
No way. It ain't a nigga. That's his brother, not yours.
It just sounds like hate, though. Like, man, why you? Like, you gotta look at yourself. I feel like as a person, if I be a public figure, bro, I don't want to just think about my perception before I make the action. Like, come on, you just got home.
No, because that's not for y'all. That's not for y'all to. That's not for y'all to say. Like, we can have our opinions on it, but he grew up with Wayne, not you niggas.
For sure. But
so
like,
it's like you don't know what
no, it's not even that. You can beef with Wayne all you want to. I'm not saying don't beef with him. It's y'all personal thing to beef with him. My thing is the public side of things. Like my thing, you never hear Wayne say a bad word about BG.
It's like the first time for BG say bad words about each other. They always.
Have you ever heard Wayne did one diss to BG? As long as I remember.
No, he hasn't. He's done more than one diss.
What was it? Trouble Man? Was it Trigger Man?
He's done more than one diss.
He did Juvia.
Burn the City is a. He has done. Them niggas been dissing each other.
Wayne made I Miss My Dogs.
So what?
I'm just saying.
Stop caping for niggas. See, I hate this. This is what we not gonna do this year.
I'm not caping for nobody. He's not caping. It's not caping. My question
is, you like Wayne, if you
no,
like,
it's not. It's not that I like Wayne. It could be Joe Schmo.
If Wayne did that shit first,
it'd be validated. It'd be validated. If Wayne did it first, I get why you doing that. He's doing some shit.
So how's that not you caping?
Because it's not caping. Because what did Wayne do to him publicly?
Whether it's that part don't matter.
To me, the public shit is corny to anybody. I don't care if it's BG. I don't care if it's my brother. I don't care who does it. If you do some shit publicly and retort to somebody, the world has no idea what they did. You trying to embarrass them and clown them for out of nowhere to the public's point of view. You're doing it in public. So from the public's point of view, what you doing?
I just saw Wayne say some shit about him on a podcast that he didn't like. I
hear that. So
you don't know, because you don't care.
I didn't see it.
That's my point.
I'm saying from my point of view, me not seeing what Wayne said, I seen on every blog site in America what BG said.
But from your point of view, you're admitting right now that you don't know the whole story. Neither of us do, right?
Yeah. I'm saying it looks to me. It looks. I can't say it looks.
So why you
to me it looks away.
That's what I'm trying to ask you. If Wayne dissed him first, because like you just said.
Then in that response, I see Wayne shit. I'm like, okay, take back what I said. I have no problem taking back what I said if I see some shit. If I don't see it
But
though,
that
I
I
seen
just
BG
feel
shit
like
on every site in America. I haven't seen a Wayne shit not once. So for my vantage point, like, oh Wayne, what did Wayne do? Is BG mad at Wayne for what?
to me, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't even like the Hot Boys beefing
Y'all
because
two
I'd rather
always be
see them
beefing at this point. Just don't look to each
not at
other.
all these niggas. But see, there's like I said, because I saw some of the lives. Because even after the diss, and that's what I'm saying, they have been doing this in public for 20 years. They
I
have been
always,
doing this. That's
as long
what
as I
I'm
can
saying.
remember.
You don't really know the history like
I know
that.
the history of it, but for me, I've always seen it from the vantage point. I
But your
guess
history starts at Carter. These niggas been doing
my
this
history
before.
starts at 500 degrees. That's when I first that's when Juvie first left, and Wayne made 500 degrees, pretty much dissing Juvie the whole time. That's when I first got onto this shit. It's
That's what
like
I'm saying.
2000.
They have been doing this in Source and Double XL magazine. They've been doing. That's what I'm saying. They have been dissing each other and
I'm
getting
aware of
back
the
cool.
Juvie side. I just haven't seen the BG side for real.
That's what
I've
I'm
seen
trying to
BG
tell.
this. I've seen BG this Birdman. I never seen
This is
BG
what
this
I'm trying to
Wayne.
tell you, young nigga. This is what I'm trying to tell you. If you would listen, BG, Turk, Wayne, Juvenile have been doing this for 20 years in the public. This is not whatever the reason is, no matter what we think about it. Yes, I think it's stupid too. I don't want to see
What
all
we
four of these
arguing over?
niggas.
What we arguing over?
Because you
You
started
agree
taping for
with
long.
me?
No, I don't agree with you. I agree with this. I agree.
It
I
looks
have
stupid.
to agree
If
with you.
Wayne did some shit too, it looks stupid for Wayne. Anybody gets over 40 years old beefing online, it looks stupid. I don't care what the case is. After y'all beefing from you were 15 years old, that was
So there's
15
an
years
age
old.
limit. Hold on.
Yes, there's an age limit. Yes,
There's an age limit on beef.
yes. No, it's age on
What?
stupid shit. Not beef. You can beef in private. You gotta beef on cameras and
So there's an
on
age
tracks.
limit on how to do it.
Yes, you grown. Be mature. Mature your beef. Age your beef. Well-aged beef. You do that. You can buy you some dry-aged beef, Joe.
We just saw a presidential election 4 years ago with
looks
two
stupid.
70-year-olds did it.
It looks stupid. It don't change the fact. My point is not changing. It looks dumb. If a white man do it, a woman do it, a black man do it, a gay nigga do it, it looks stupid across the board. You over 40 years old being petty online, you look crazy. You look crazy. You just got out of jail. You want to check Gucci.
Because now
do your shit. Pop your shit. You BG, you are respected. Everyone's happy you home. Be home and be happy. Like what you talking about?
We can't even finish music right now. But hold on.
You beefing with Wayne. Beef with Wayne on the phone. Beef with Wayne on the street. Don't beef with Wayne on the mic.
I'm not sitting here totally disagreeing with you, but I just want to like get into the logic of this because you mean to tell me that you 30? How old are you, Juice? 35, 34, 33. You mean to tell me because we do a podcast, right?
Yeah.
Where we talk about people.
For sure.
So you mean to tell me if that happens, like because any given day, we could be in a Danny from the Stop situation where somebody hears something that we say about one of their albums or whatever, and they say whatever they say about us. What are you going to do to that? You're not going to respond?
I'm not calling out their names. I'm talking about their music.
No. That's what I'm asking you.
Now, what are they saying in response? You fat nigga, you don't know shit.
How you gonna handle that?
Okay.
You better than me, because at
Thanks
41 years old.
Thanks for listening.
You better than me, because at 40-year-old, you better than me, because at 41 years old, I got smoke. I don't give a fuck about that age.
What? Smoke ain't gotta be online to me though. I can be mad on some all right.
What else would it be if we talking? Because if we real smoke ain't gonna happen online.
That's what I'm saying.
Real smoke is not. That's my point. Their smoke isn't real. I don't want to say it's not real. It's not real to the point where these niggas hate each other. That's my point. BG went on live after that beef and said me and Wayne got the phone last night. After the diss, these niggas got off the phone. That's my point. That's how like New Orleans niggas, like when I moved down south, that was one of the craziest things in the world to me. Listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you.
Like everybody got their own regional thing. Because when I moved down south, this is after Katrina and shit, so it was a lot of New Orleans niggas in Texas, and that's just how they talk down there in general. Niggas in Houston and New Orleans and Texas, they call you the bitch like it's that's how they talk, and
For
I was
sure.
weird. That was weird to me at first, because they're like, "You bitch," and I'm like, "Hey, I'm from Detroit. We don't like now that I'm older, it's different, but back then." That was like, hey, watch your fucking mouth. Don't be calling me bitch, but that's how they talk.
See,
So,
this is my thinking of it though. Like, I
yeah,
get what you're saying. It makes a lot of sense, and that's 100. But for
that's my
me,
point. That's how these niggas have been talking to each other for 20
for
years. So
sure.
at this point,
But my only disagreement with that is, and that's fine. If he was on like a podcast or interview and that shit happened like that, that's one thing. You put pen to paper, put words on mic, and that shit get mixed mastered, record the video. Like y'all niggas really made us. You made a Wayne disc when you first got out of jail for real. That's what you took your time
so
to
you
do.
know, but that's not when he first got out of jail, because he's been out of jail like 5-6 months at this point.
Yeah, but come on, like who make
Because that's what I was trying to get into
to
before we
make a
got into this.
song, record a video takes a while. So he been
No,
home.
I don't
A
think
year.
I don't take a while today.
With
You can do
Gucci
that shit
Mane,
in
with Gucci
huh?
Mane, with a main act. That's Gucci.
You say what?
That's a Gucci Mane song, ain't it?
No, it's not. That's what I'm nigga. You be so uninformed. No, it's not. It's a finesse 2 Time song.
Either way, it's a big artist song that he came out with. That shit, he
I
had to lay
wouldn't
that
call Finesse
verse.
2 Times a big artist, but okay.
Bitch, a
BG a
big
big
dude,
artist
that
than
guy.
Finesse 2 Times. Huh?
Bitch, that's what's the song you got?
Finesse 2 Times, it's cool when they do
They
it.
do it. Yeah, fuck him. Yeah, come on, bro. It's a well-known artist.
Okay.
In 5 months, so when you got home, you wrote the verse. When you got home, wrote that verse. You got home, you recorded that verse, and then a few months later, you made the
There
video for
wasn't
that
a
verse.
few no, it wasn't. I've been following it. They said it happened in one night.
They
Here's the verse, shot the
recorded the
video.
verse and made the video in one night.
You don't know niggas is doing that, Juice? What year do you live in?
I don't see it.
You don't know people are doing that?
Not for
Artists are
real.
doing that. That's like a thing. Niggas go in the studio, record a song, shoot a video that night, put it out the next day. That's happening a lot.
That's news.
Wait, no, that's not new. That's the last
I
couple
said
years.
that's news. I
Been?
said it's news. I said it's news. I ain't say it's new.
Hell yeah,
That is news.
that's why a lot of this shit sound the way it sounds.
And shit ain't mixed. Shit ain't been
You know,
shit
beyond
lo-fi.
that, like I said, I'm just to the point where that's just me. I've never been the person who took sides in like public beefs.
Taking sides.
I don't care. Like whatever.
To your point,
even if I think
to your point, Wayne initiated that shit after BG got out of jail. Then Wayne look crazy. To your point,
I don't know
that's
who
how it went
initiated
down.
what or how it started. I know that I've heard both of them say things, and I've heard Turk been talking about it for the last few weeks. But all of them have chimed in, but they got the history. So whatever. Why I don't want to see them beef? Because no, I don't want to see them beef. I've been wanting for the first time in like 15, 20 years, all 4 of these niggas free at one time. So what I want is a reunion. So the last thing I want is them beefing. But at the end of the day, I'm not attached to it to say niggas beef.
Of
It is what it is.
Of that era, like from 97 to 2000, whenever Cash Money ended.
Not chewing that shirt. You want me to get? I'm gonna pop you, bro. Stop. They're gonna be calling CPS on me.
from 95, whenever No Limit started to ever Cash Money ended, in that Hot Boy era, who I know Master P was the bigger artist, but for you, who made the better music at that time?
Well,
once again, this is out my realm, so I have no idea for I couldn't.
I was a No Limit nigga at heart. You know what I'm saying? Like I love No Limit. But if it's a little lopsided to say, because if we're averaging it out, I would have to say Cash Money, because No Limit has so much more of it. Mm-hmm. So, and No Limit has so much more catalog than Cash Money did at that time. True. And Cash Money's, I don't want to say it's more effective, but they was knocking shit out the park. So No Limit had a lot of duds in that run. I don't want to say duds, but they had a lot of shit that was up and down. Was Juvie ever big as Master P before Master P disappeared or fell out? Yes. For sure. Yeah, 400 Degrees was instant success. Like it was like overnight, Juvenile was the biggest thing in the world. That 400 Degrees run was like some DMX shit. It was like Hunt dropped, 400 Degrees came out weeks later, Juvenile sold 4 million. That quick. So at that time, P going to do that basketball shit, fuck No Limits run up. Once he started creating dolls and shoes and movies, and it started depleting the quality of the music. And then Beats by the Pound left No Limit, and then Mystical left and went with Beats by the Pound and Pharrell, and then it was like Cash Money just kind of took the torch and carried it on. So I would say that I'm probably more partial to No Limit with my biasness, but I think Cash Money's catalog is better.
What was worse movie? Baller Blocking or what was that movie with Silk the Shocker? What's that? Hot Boys. Hot Boys.
Baller Blocking is a fucking classic. Don't you ever put Hot Boys and Baller Blocking on the same
Yo, Hot Boys is so terrible. Movie starts out with him in the water. This is how it starts.
Lucero.
Yo, hood classic though. Baller Blocking definitely better. But Hot Boys had this moment. Silk ass could not talk, boy.
He talk like a stop, bro. Stop.
Shout out to the legends, man. Shout out to
Silk. I'm one of them niggas who I'm partial to Silk, and I feel like I hate the way they disrespect Silk's name, bro. Niggas gonna act like Silk didn't sell 2 million out the gate.
For sure, album. Definitely got like, busy.
Niggas stop. And when niggas man, anyway, we got let's get back into music so we can get off music because outside of 21 Savage,
Kid Cudi, the Cutster,
your mans, bro,
the Cutster,
your mans, bro.
My man. Hold on, why is this my man's? Hold on, what's happening?
Cause like he in that realm of soulquarianism, whatever.
Don't get me wrong, Kid Cudi got some classics. He got two classics.
Like,
he got some classics.
He gotta be your man.
He got some classics, but after like. You know what you're right. He's my man. He's my man. So I'll take him. I'll take Kid Cudi.
See what I'm saying? Like you like go ahead.
Because Kid See Ghost is fire, but Kid Cudi has these moments though. Like his career is filled with these badass albums. Like he has more bad albums than most any good rapper. I feel like I don't think there's any good rapper out there that has more, or good artist in general, to my knowledge, that has more horrible albums than Kid Cudi. Like he has at least that shit. Was a Wizard? Here's a handful of them joints in his catalog to me are just a complete dud. This is definitely one of them. I'm cool. Man on the Moon 1, Man on the Moon 2, and the first mixtape, Kid Named Scott. And Kid See Ghost. Fire. I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
You ready for okay, look. First and foremost, it being a Gangsta Grills was weird to me. Titled Insano. It made me think of Waterboy. Captain Insano? Like, okay, here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
I understand that Kid Cudi has like this cult following. He has like, and maybe this isn't my wheelhouse, right? So
you don't appreciate the greatness that he made, man.
Maybe it's something, and we'll get to that in a second too. But maybe there's something in it that I'm just not supposed to understand. And
how do you know it was Heartbreak?
Maybe I don't do well. I love 808s and Heartbreaks. It's fucking classic. But maybe I don't do enough mushrooms or something for his brand of music. But and this is why I'm also getting like kind of tired, or where I kind of don't want to spend a lot of 2024 critiquing niggas' albums. Because I spent a lot of time in Cleveland. I fuck with Cleveland really heavy. I love Cleveland. I actually like Cudi. But this is like a big Santa sack of ass.
It's bad.
And
it's bad.
By the time it gets to the shining moments,
I got like 3 songs in. It's also gonna be a journey.
Because the reason I'm saying it like this is because when I talk to people in the cult, it's like y'all love
I'm not in the
y'all
coat.
love
He
him
my
so
man.
much.
I'm not in the coat though.
I'm not
I'm not
saying
in
you
the
are.
coat.
I'm just saying I've
Oh
had
yeah,
these
yeah. I'm letting
conversations
you
with
know.
I've
I
had
fuck
a
with
few
him.
conversations with some of the people that are.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm addressing.
They all
Because
they all party fans. That
man,
dude you fuck with, Tizo touchdown. They probably all fuck with him too though.
I fuck with you. So like,
But I'm
and
sure.
probably in the look,
Yeah,
listen,
that's the
listen.
overlap.
At the end of the day, like he makes music for e-boys. I get it. He makes music for emo, like I get it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So
Wish
here's the thing
splitters.
though. The cult love this man so much. This is the reason why he's able to put out big ass 30 packs of ass because
30 piece, like
because
fuck it.
because his fans love him so much they refuse to say this shit sucks. And when I talk to Cudi fans, they like, it's all right. It's mid. No, it sucks. It fucking sucks. If it wasn't for the features, because it's a couple joints on there. The Triple X joint I liked. The drum they called Freshie I liked. It's a joint. The Wayne joint I liked, but I could have. The common denominator in all the ones that were featured joints was they didn't need him.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't need him. I got outshined. I never want to hear
But you gotta admit
try
though,
to rap. I never want to hear Kid Cudi try to rap. It's like when he got
that's
into his
never
bag.
good. That's never good.
When he got into the bag, when he got into his bag, it was like, yeah, Cudi, like this is what you do. But I'm a person who looks at Kid Cudi's catalog, and I don't see what the Cudi cult sees. I see
he has
Man
at
on the
least
Moon 1.
he has at
I
least
see what the
6 classic songs. Like songs that are like just general
I
public
see
classics.
Man on the Moon 1, and he could keep the rest of that
You
shit.
heard Man on the Moon 2?
I've heard every album he's ever released.
Man on the Moon 2 was fire. Would Erase Me with Ye and Common and Mojo So Dope, Marijuana. What's up? It's the joint with Mary J. Blige.
I think Fire is a bit much, sir. But I mean, like
Here's my question for you. Here's my question for you.
Yes.
If you had to go back to his class, are you taking him over Wale and Big Sean still? Because he was the biggest
I
artist.
never took him over them.
Oh, you crazy. Oh, no.
I never took him over them.
You think Big Sean is better than Kid Cudi for real? Like, as an artist, not as a rapper. As a rapper, it's not even close. Big Sean's a better rapper.
The catalogs speak for themselves.
Oh, it's the Detroit bias. Here it comes.
No, it's not Detroit bias. It's about.
Ain't no way.
It's about, bro. Kid Cudi,
What's Sean's best project?
What's that shit? Dark Sky Paradise. Dark Sky Paradise.
That's the one. That's the one with all the features.
Baby,
he couldn't get more. He was DJ Khaled that motherfucker.
You say what?
He was DJ Khaled in that joint. He had more features than a little bit, man. That's the best album he got for sure. Sanctified, Blessings. I don't fuck with you. Heaters.
Anyway, back to I'm just talking about musically. Bro, that's what I'm trying to say. Kid Cudi can drop Man on the, and I get it. That's why I say I understand it as a cult. And anybody who's achieved that level of success, I mean, the nigga was in the Bill and Ted movie. He was in, nigga done all type of things. So
HBO,
the fact that he's made,
how to make it in New York.
because I know artists are sensitive about their shit. And I know he's one of the most sensitive ones. So I'm trying to say this for the event that I'm ever in Cleveland. I don't need to smoke. I don't want to have to fuck one of his fans up. But I understand that he's built a cult. So when you built a cult, it doesn't matter if people like me like your music or not, because you got people that's gonna like it no matter what you put out. You can put Mayo on the record and file on the shit, people gonna like it. But for me, I've never liked anything after Man on the Moon 1. He can keep all that shit, and I'm cool without it. I don't even think that shit that became a college white people song anthem. Like I said, maybe it's not for me. Maybe it's not for me in the sense of, because I'm tired of that too. I'm tired of this era becoming so politically correct where you got to say it's not for me. And I don't like the shit. Maybe I don't do enough ecstasy for it. I'm not taking enough shrooms, but the shit I don't like it. Outside of Me on the Moon 1, he can keep everything else he ever released. And that's just how I'm on the
pursuit of happiness, and I know everything.
That's Man. Which album is that on?
Man on the Moon 1.
Like I said, he can give me that album and keep the rest of that bullshit to himself or his code. That's it. I don't see no growth. That's what it is. I don't see any.
You realize
like,
he is
like,
808s though, right? Like, you realize that's Kid Cudi.
I don't know. It's not his album, so what the fuck does that matter? That's not his voice on it. It's Kanye's voice.
You don't credit Weekend with Take Care?
No, it's a Drake album. I don't give a fuck what you wrote. You didn't do it. If you didn't do it for yourself, what the fuck do that matter? The fuck do that matter? So what? Oh, that's like saying I wrote the best song ever, and you don't have none of the best songs ever. What the fuck is the point?
You made it out loud. I made it a hot song.
Yeah, nobody cares about that shit. Okay, I was there. I did a lot of 808s and heartbreaks. Well, nigga, where's yours at? You got one, Man on the Moon. Keep it moving, son.
And what's better to you, 808s or Yeezus?
808s.
You prefer Travis Scott or you prefer Kid Cudi? Which one you prefer?
Baby, I am talking. We cannot hear you through the entire episode. You please gotta be quiet. What you saying now?
She like J Master J to Run DMC.
Yeah, I don't mind the ad libs, but it's like she got her headphones on. She don't know how loud she is.
But I said, who you prefer overall between Travis Scott and Kid Cudi?
Can I say neither?
You can. That's fair.
Neither.
That makes more sense now. I get that.
Neither.
I don't think you like singy rap.
No, I like singing rap. I don't like their singing rap.
No, I mean like literally like Drake singy rap is not the same singy rap as like Kid Cudi and Travis Scott singy rap. And that
so who else is like them?
Like who's a good example? I don't want to say Tyler.
You ain't gonna sit in the living
what's
room.
Buddy name?
Bro.
How do you feel about like Anderson .Paak's Malibu?
I love it. Love it.
Okay.
Love it. It's not about the style of music. That's kind of my thing. That's my point. Kid Cudi is very responsible. Kid Cudi is very responsible.
I guess you're right, because you do love CeeLo, you love Andre, like so. Yeah, definitely the Kid Cudi and Travis is just so like Travis is so electro. Like I don't like him either. Kid
Cudi is responsible. It's almost safe to say he birthed that sound.
He did,
and there's so much more evolution beyond him. It's almost like when you invent something and you let people outgrow it. See, you gotta go sit in the living room, baby. I can't hear myself think. Go to the living room. Go. So stop making so much noise because I can't talk. You see what I'm doing right here? That's rude, bro.
How do you feel about Don Toliver?
Love Don Toliver. Love him.
That's all the same trio.
I think that's my point with Kid Cudi. I have seen that's my point with Kid Cudi. I feel like he's been doing the same thing, and that's cool because that's your thing. Right. But if it's not getting better, like that would be like if when Jay dropped them albums, they got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
I mean, the volume.
Nobody wants to see artists they like get worse.
Yeah.
It's not even like the production on this album was bad.
Oh, don't forget that's coming to a treetop too. I'm coming to a treetop with that one in like 5 minutes.
But anyway, before we get out of
new albums, treetop with that one.
Before we get out of new albums, we can actually get into that because before we get out of new albums, there's 2 more albums on this weekend that dropped that I think, to be honest, 21 and Kid Cudi were like the big name releases. But I think Bodie James and Book of Clarence. I think Bodie James' new album with Nicholas Craven, and the Book of Clarence soundtrack stole the weekend. Those were the 2 albums of the weekend niggas should have really been them the ones.
I say Bodie in 21. I like the Clarence joint, but I like Bodie.
That Book of Clarence soundtrack is dope.
It's fire. It's fire. It's fire.
That shit is fire.
But
let's get into it, man. Because you do itching to get to it.
Because let me tell you something. I listened to the 5 flutes, and they was all trash. I must give Hov credit, man. I must give.
Listen to what?
5 flute songs that was like 10 minutes long. It was all trash. I fell asleep damn near each time. It was the most boring music I've ever heard in my life. And I love 3 Stacks. But them 5 flute songs could have been kept forever anonymous on Spotify. He could just drop them as an anonymous artist. Never told us about that shit. That shit was not for me. But what this nigga Cove does, man, it just wow me, man, every time. Cause only Hov. Only
I don't get the
Hov,
fuss
bro,
behind this.
can pick the most
See,
beautiful D'Angelo
it's
song in the world. Like the way it was announced that Hov, it was a 9-minute song with D'Angelo. You know, instantly, my mind goes to What's Free. My mind goes to, oh, he's gonna rap for 80 bars in this motherfucker real quick. With D'Angelo singing on the hook and shit. I'm not upset because D'Angelo's amazing. I love D'Angelo. It's a neo soul beauty of a song. And just that no, it's promoted that way, and all Hov did was just talk for like 2 seconds. It's the funniest shit in the world to me, bro.
I don't understand what we supposed. Like, okay, here's the thing, right?
That's like that time
Because
that Nas was featured on Magna Carta. He talked for like 2 seconds.
hey, no, Nas like 3 little bars on there was fire though.
Yeah, right.
It was fire. Now, with this whole D'Angelo joint, I can't say the same thing.
Right.
But I don't think it's. I don't even know if I called it a rap.
It wasn't a rap. It
was like a
spoken
poem. It was like that
it wasn't
poetry
even
jam.
that. It was
It was their poetry jam. I don't. And see, I feel like we're only talking about this. This is why.
Oh, by the way, hold on, real quick. I'm proud of you, bro. Because as a Soulquarian, I used to watch all them Dead Poetry Jam joints in high school.
I love Dead Poetry Jam.
That was my shit. It was a Soulquarian dream right there.
I need a box set of that.
That was the Soulquarian dream right there. All the Soulquarians on that motherfucker spitting facts.
I need a box set of that. That's my favorite era of the Soulquarian. That era. That's why I don't like a lot of this new Soulquarian shit, because I feel like they're trying to force it. Like, look at how abstract I am. Look at how we're trying to force it.
And we will get onto that later on with another topic for sure.
Yeah, I feel like they're trying to force it right now, and I don't like that. Like when it was that Roots, Black Star, all that whole era did not seem forced. It seemed like now they're trying to like look at how weird I can be, and it's like, no, bro.
Make that the TikTok. Oh, that's the TikTok clip. My nigga just did the car salesman.
That might be the episode title. Look at how weird I can be. Like what?
Look at how weird. Hey. It's a t-shirt too. Shit, that's dope.
Right, that's fire. Look
at how weird.
Yeah. I still thought it was dope, but when I heard it, that's why everybody reacting to it. I wish they would have just let this soundtrack come out and not announced it 2 days before it came out. It's a 9-minute song with D'Angelo and Jay-Z.
That was a bad announcement.
When I saw the interview, I knew it was about to be a shit show. Because I said, this is D'Angelo. This ain't 9 minutes of Hov and like, I don't know.
D'Angelo's so fire, Joe. He's not getting enough credit.
Is, but
he's a Soulquarian.
We know that D'Angelo operates on a different wavelength.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what I'm saying. When everybody heard it, I feel like everybody's mind instantly thought Devil's Pie and God did. And I was like, no, that's not gonna happen. That's not about to happen. We're not gonna get Devil's Pie / God did. We're gonna get Untitled and Jay-Z doing it. I knew that we must have been, and I wish they just wouldn't have. It's a book about Black Jesus. So y'all thought y'all was finna get like the Fred Hampton joint? Yeah. What it feels like?
That was a joint too. Woo, that was a smoker. That was
what
a
I was saying about the sound, because that's not even the highlight of the soundtrack.
Rest in peace.
And that's not even the highlight of the soundtrack. That Wayne record, that Kodak Black and Doja Cat record,
so fire.
That Wayne record.
Wayne stepped on this shit.
That Kodak Black and Doja Cat record.
Kodak went crazy.
That Georgia Smith record.
Yeah.
Like, it's some fire on there. And we talking about whole poem. Like,
because the way it was announced. That's
why I don't like that they announced it that way, because I feel like the soundtrack's so dope. It gave me that feel, because I had, to be honest, you know how I be feeling about.
He could have gave it a quick 8 though. He could have gave it a quick 8 though.
You know how I feel. He did give it 8 bars of.
Yeah, man. The way it was, the way it will be.
Hey, you could have just wrote that and had Bleak do it, man.
Let his mom do it. Let Gloria do it.
You could have let the little homie do that.
No, let his mom. Let Gloria Carr do that.
Let his mom do it. Right? Yeah. Let
Why
Miss
you do
Carter
that,
do that.
yo?
Let Miss Carter do that. You know what I mean? But I think that the soundtrack was so dope that like you know my stance on religion things. I didn't want to see this movie. I didn't care.
Right.
I like James Samuel as a creator. I think he's dope. So that part of me was interested in it. But listen to the
Keith
soundtrack.
Stanfield
The soundtrack actually made me say, you know what, I'm gonna watch this movie.
type shit.
So the soundtrack is dope, but it's getting overshadowed by everybody talking about Ho's poem.
It's a fact.
So, you know. Speaking of, we're supposed to be on music. I guess it's gonna be a long one today, bro. So 2024, right? I feel like last year we talked about not listening to a lot of music. I feel like people go into I'm trying to laugh at her with her little humming. But I feel like for music heads, what you start your year off listening to is like a big thing for us. So normally, if it wasn't for me like getting on this darn trip, normally I start every single year out with Wu-Tang. I call it Happy Wu Year. Every year I start out every first like couple days of the year with 36 Chambers, Purple Tape, Iron Man, and whatever I bounce off of those. But this year I started off with, I think, Don Trip and some older music. I feel like I usually jump into older music at my beginning of the year. What did you start your year out with this year musically?
You're gonna judge me, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know why it happened, Joe. I'm not sure. I'm just crazy about this topic up because I thought about this recently. Like, man, why am I just in this vibe lately? I'm listening to hella music Soul Child. I don't know.
I'm not judging you for that.
But like a lot of music Soul Child been played recently for some strange reason. Like the first album, what's it called? That first album, like literally, just nothing but heat. The whole album, the entire first album. So that's
right. I just want to sing or something.
Yes, that's the one. And,
Fire, classic.
And,
I've been on a lot of.
And I've also, and because of his recent run, like I said earlier, like Soul Tape 3 has been getting heavy play for me also. Like that cold verse, that button verse, like it's and of course Fab just being Fab, smoke That's prime. I feel like that was prime Fab for me. Like if we could have got Freddie and Jason in 2013, 2012, different show. Different show.
I've been a little quieter. Hey, bro, chill out. I don't want to be girl. Where you go?
Man.
Okay. Yeah, I started out this year with a lot of Don Trip, just catching up on that. And I said that I'm gonna make a more concentrated effort to squeeze in some more R&B and just music that I feel like I'm getting to a point where I just got exhausted with like bang 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 gangster gang. I'm exhausted a little bit, so I needed a different. Just a different. I've been listening to like Leon Bridges and Georgia Smith and like I said, outside of Don Trip, I've been listening to a little bit more of that, and I don't really think I've been on outside of the album that just dropped. I kind of been in that bag, to be honest. I've been in that bag. I just wanted to start out my year with different energy. So I'm a little over the whole, I just needed a break, to be honest. So that's what I started out my year with. But we see how other people have started their years out. And I was trying to escape talking about this, but we can't open up the new year as a podcast and let January get out of here without talking about Money Mike, man.
The legend, bro. The legendary. Man, went on Shannon Sharp show and said, you know what, Shannon? Just sit back.
He's the legend.
Because Shannon had to be there. That was the hour special. That was the hour special. 2 hour special you gave us, bro. Like Shannon literally he did nothing to the interview at all for the most part, but doing what we was doing at the crib. Everything I was doing at the crib, that's what Shannon Sharp was doing. Like, hold on now, cat. Hold on now, cat. That's all Shannon Sharp was doing.
How did you feel about it, man?
I found this on the web for literally did nothing. I did nothing to the interview with all the most part, but who's North Korea play? Hold on. Okay, I don't care. Check it out.
Yo, Siri Wiley.
You didn't even say your name, dog. Oh man.
I'm not sure my phone picking that. That was a wild moment though. But like Cat, I feel like Cat Williams, man. Is one of them people like
Oh.
like he's it's such a mystique to him, and he's so damn funny, and he's so damn like he's the confidence he leads with, like the integrity he seems to walk with. Like one, you just believe everything he's saying. He says something in a way where you just oh, that's true. He telling the truth. This nigga ain't lying. whatever he said he saw that shit. And nigga said, because Diddy likes the party.
Said, tell him no. You have to tell him no. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. But you tried to fuck Cat, man.
Yo,
like,
man. So the Damon.
You tried to bust. You tried to pull a Damon on Cat, bro. You tried to pull a.
But like, I feel like what made this shit blow up for real is the way certain people reacted to it. Like the way Cedric reacted to it.
Boy, Puffy.
The way Cedric reacted to it and the way Ricky Smiley reacted to it made people go watch it, because you can tell, oh, y'all feel guilty. Y'all know y'all fucked up. I picked the wrong one.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Because let's say everything he's saying, because some of that stuff I just don't believe. That nigga said I want a 416.
That nigga said he wrote 3,000 books every year for his whole life, bro.
Hey, that nigga moved to Florida at 12 or 13 by himself. Look, anyway.
That nigga is a man of mystery. He has warriors, bro. He's a nigga with warriors. He
is a true Renaissance man. He's a true Renaissance man, sir. But he said, okay, let's say everything he said was true, right? At what point is what he's saying hate?
I feel like the only part that I took as hate was the Steve Harvey shit.
Not the Kevin Hart shit, not the...
And the Kevin Hart shit. But I feel like him and Mike Epps, they have this weird thing with Kevin Hart.
With Kev.
Like, I feel like because Kev is who Kev is, and Kev has got to where he is by the method or the way it seemed he got to where it is, them being in the business that long, they just can't believe that shit happened the way it happened. And there's no way that you are looked at that much more than me to get the bag you getting type shit. That's how it always came off with Cat Williams and with Mike Epps. Like, I've been in the same rooms you've been in, and I was offered this, and you came out the room with that job, and I walked away from that job. You sold some ass, basically, like literally or figuratively. Like you sold some ass to get where you at in ways that I couldn't. I feel like Cat Williams and Mike Epps and a few other comedians have seen Kevin Hart progress in that way, and they feel like he has sacrificed his integrity in many of them ways, and they don't respect him for that. They don't respect him for that at all. So that I feel like that is hate, because he ain't doing shit to you.
Hey.
I just hate because they pretty much like they ain't doing anything to them, but at the same time they don't respect him, and they speak on that shit so much that it's hate at this point. Like, just let the nigga live. It ain't affecting you none. Like, you passed on the job, he didn't pass on the job. Whatever happened. That ain't your business though.
All right, hold on one second. Welcome to Bishop and Steel, where you get to see us be regular and do shit like argue with our 4-year-old kids. Like, you're trying to tell people all the time, we not out here capping and being like clout chasers. We regular people and having regular people conversations. And there's sometimes you got to have a regular people conversation with your kid. But back to Cat, man. What were you saying?
Pretty much, man. Like, I feel like it's hate because similar to how I felt about the BG perspective, right? Like, I feel like more than likely, Mike Epps, Cat Williams, these other comedians that seemingly talk down upon Kevin Hart in certain ways, they feel they've been in rooms and been offered to do some shit that's against their integrity, and they passed on it, and they've seen Kevin Hart take them same offers, and that is expedited his career in a way, and that's their viewpoint on it. But from the outside looking in, it's like hate because like how that man succeeds shouldn't affect you. What he eats should make you shit. Like you shouldn't be talking down on somebody or disrespecting somebody in a way because you can't respect them for whatever reason. Just because you don't respect somebody don't mean you have to disrespect somebody. You know what I'm saying? It don't go hand in hand. I can not respect you, but that don't mean I gotta disrespect you. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that's why I feel like it comes off as like, all right, you don't respect Kevin Hart for whatever reason. To constantly go at this man and say he this and he that and he like to insinuate a nigga does any type of homosexual act to get further is like the most disrespectful thing you can say about a man,
Very much so.
especially in the black culture. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like that's not a game we typically play. You know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
I ain't never seen Kevin Hart do nothing gay.
that to that point, but like that whole circle's always kind of get the accusations like with Kevin Hart, Jamie Foxx, Will Smith. That circle gets that reputation for some reason.
But Will Smith did play a whole gay dude in the movie.
And Kevin Hart recently wore that dress. So that's like the thing. And how,
But that was Saturday Night Live. He was playing a little kid. I mean,
but to me, I'm against that thing too. I'm not really the big you black you wore a dress. I don't see the way that insinuation lies. I know it's the whole.
I understand where it lies because it's like bucking. They know that we don't want to do shit like that. So it's like I guess it's like
black
the old
male.
slave.
It's the whole
like the old slave stories where they said in order to emasculate black men, they would rape them dudes in front of their wives. Type shit.
Yeah.
And they called it bucking. So it's like I don't know if that's their way of Hollywood bucking. I personally, if they told me to put a dress on, yeah, I'm not doing it just because that ain't something that I see myself doing it. And I did see a video of Kevin saying one day he's not going to do that. You done eating? All right, chill out. You cool, bro. Just don't be so loud. Stop throwing tantrums.
I feel like the best point that was made regarding that, because like once again, I mean, I get it to a point, to a certain degree, but the whole black male in the dress thing, I might offended when I see black men do that, but I get why you would not want to do that.
Yeah, I'm not offended by it.
I wouldn't wear a dress, but at the same time, if you offer me a certain amount of money on the creative side, could you settle me on it? I don't know. I don't think so. But so a certain amount of money, a certain amount, I don't know. I can't imagine myself doing that for real. But I don't have that creative trigger. For me, I look at Martin Lawrence, I look at Tyler Perry, and
Sinead was natural.
And even Jamie Foxx. I feel like those are things they created out of their mind, and and that's their creation. Now,
like, did nobody go to Martin and say, be Sinead?
Exactly.
Like,
be Big Mama. Like, be Mama Payne. I don't think he was forced to do that. It was forced upon. It was his writing. I feel like Eddie Murphy, when he did that.
Tyler Perry with Medea, same thing. Nobody made them do that.
Exactly. Now, on the flip side, I do look at it a way like in a certain like Tu Fong Wu. That was crazy.
Bro, I'm gonna put you back in the room if you don't listen. Do what I told you to do. Off my door, please.
Ving Rhames Holiday Heart. That was kind of crazy.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
That was like, bro.
Ving Rhames Pulp Fiction. Ving Rhames Pulp Fiction.
Crazy. Could never sell me on that one. Could never sell me on that one, buddy. I don't care what you got going on. You want me to do what? You better have this man kill me. Stop playing. Shoot me in the back, bro. What you talking about? He walked in and saw me doing what? Not the villain from The Mask.
I don't know if you ever heard of the Will Smith movie 6 Degrees of Separation?
No, I don't think so.
It's his first movie ever. His first movie ever.
Oh yes, it was when
Like,
he gay boy.
yeah, when he was in the
Yeah.
bed butt naked with a dude.
Yeah, yeah. Hey
Look,
man, like it's like even with like, but like the same at the same time, right? We're talking about these two roles. I feel like Ving Rhames is the extreme compared to the Will Smith one, but like I don't feel like it's ever looked down
I don't know. Have
upon.
you ever seen that movie?
Nah, I haven't
6
seen
Degrees of
that.
Separation is something different.
Okay, well that's wild.
It's different. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Damn, Willie Will, not.
It's different for sure.
Damn, Big Willie. But
I seen it and that came out when I was like I said, it was Fresh Prince of Bel Air. I want to say, I don't know if that was the right after the show ended.
so
Like I said, before he was Independence
before
Day,
Independence
bro,
Day, yeah. Okay, yeah,
it was his first movie. And as a
Bagger
little kid,
Vance.
as a little kid watching it, I felt very uncomfortable.
The first movie that made me feel uncomfortable like that. The first time I felt uncomfortable watching the movie was Lockout.
Oh, lockdown. Oh, God.
I ain't recovered from that
said,
shit yet.
cool,
I ain't ever
man.
go to jail, bro. I can't do it. Like, what?
He said, cool,
what
man.
happened?
It's cool.
Put that man's whole manhood.
Oh, lockdown is
Lockdown.
That's like Candyman. I don't put that on.
I told you my funniest scary movie for me that always gave me the creeps was Bones. I don't know, Bones used to creep me the fuck out as a kid.
Snoop Dogg.
That shit creeped me out.
That's what I'm saying, right? With Cat,
the termites out of his mouth. Oh my god!
It's such a complex thing with Cat, right? Because I was getting I purposely didn't watch it for when, because I was, like I said, I was not on social media, but I saw it when it went live. I saw the jump. Then I heard Button and them talk about how many viewers it got and however many
shit at 50 million
hours
right now
or whatever.
50 million right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like it's the second most watched podcast the second most watched interview behind one of them interviews Joe Rogan did. Like in history. That's crazy.
You know what I find funny, right? I always find it funny you can tell motherfucker didn't watch the whole interview. This nigga Joe Rogan went on there and giving the interview praise.
I didn't see Joe Rogan's
I saw a clip. I watched Joe Rogan. I saw a clip. Man, TikTok or some shit. He was like, he was watching a clip from it. Said, "Oh man, I want this man on the show so bad." And then if you watch the whole interview, Cat Williams takes his time to say, "I would never go on Joe Rogan." There's a bunch of up on the white dudes up there all the time. It's like, yeah, I fuck with Cat.
Yeah, I
fuck with Cat.
The thing with Cat is that, like I said, it's a very complex thing, right? And I guess I'm like to my family and people, or the very
I know he's from Ohio. I know he's from Ohio.
He's from Dayton.
I thought he was from Atlanta this whole time.
A lot of these dudes are from Ohio. I think Steve Harvey from Ohio.
Yep, and Chappelle
Drew
stays
Carey,
from Ohio.
Drew Carey from Ohio. Dave Chappelle lived like...
Oh yeah, Drew Carey won. Cleveland Rocks.
Yeah,
Drew Carey show.
Dave Chappelle lived like 2.5 hours from me. These little towns. But like I said, I guess I'm like, to the very, very few people I speak to, I'm like podcast man now. So when something happens, people start calling me like to ask what I think. That happens to you too?
Yeah.
Like my mom called me. My mom called me. That's how I knew it was. Like I said, I was seeing all the headlines. I was on some Zen, trying to bring in the year, positive energy, didn't want to see none of that shit. So I purposely avoided it. My mother called me and said, "I know you podcast, man. So what you think?" And I was like, my initial, and this is just off me seeing a couple clips. I didn't want to partake in it because it was so... It
was all gossipy and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it was chatty patty like. And my mom, being, one of the a matriarch, so one from the era of, where I think it was more Black unity in her era. You know what I mean? Right. So she was like, "I'm not watching that shit. I don't want to see nobody's responses. This shit negative. Why do Black folks always have to do that to each other?" All of that stuff. And at first I agreed, and I do still agree, right? I told her to watch Ice Cube's response, because I liked Ice Cube's response. Ice Cube kind of took the high road to me, and at the end of the day, I put all and Cat never said anything inflammatory about Ice Cube, but he was basically talking about just around the whole sector of the Friday universe, all of you niggas I put on. So whether y'all feel like y'all didn't get compensated well enough, we had low budgets, we made classics, and I put all you niggas in movies. None of you niggas never put me in movies. I don't always write and direct, nigga. I act too. You niggas ain't put me in nothing. I respected that. And like I was saying with her too, I am sick of seeing like us just be so visceral towards each other. But in the same breath, after take some time to think about it, I feel like I don't, because I'm trying to get out of the whole tribalism, make everything racy in 2024 type of deal. And while I don't want to see our people always at war with each other, there isn't any community that isn't always at war with each other. And to be honest, all skin folk ain't kin folk in the same way you got Nat Turner, you got Sambo ass niggas too. So while I think there's some hate in what he's saying, and all things can be true at once. He could be envious a little bit because I do feel like, Cat, yeah, you done made all of this shit. Now go put out a hit. The podcast can't be the only hit. Now get back on that stage and rock some shit. Because you can't do this and point at all the niggas who out here making hits. And you don't make no hit.
He had 19 specials this decade. He went crazy. He's dropping one.
Okay, my point is this though. What are we quoting outside of Pimp Chronicles?
I thought he has a Netflix deal. He has all of his on Netflix. Like,
listen, all that shit sounds great.
I watched all the specials.
I have watched them too, and I think they're good specials. Yeah. But my point of what I'm saying is, when is the last time Cat affected pop culture like this on a stage? When? When is the last time? And he put out specials all the time. When is the last time we still quoting Chronicle like we still quoting Pimp Chronicles? That was 20 years ago.
But I feel like Kevin Harper still too. I bet they both have kind
regardless of the point. Regardless of the point, he might be still on stage. I
feel like it speaks volumes of this interview.
Kevin Hart might be still on stage. He got to hit somewhere. He got a Jumanji. He got to. The rest of these niggas have a win somewhere. And I'm not saying that Cat don't have no wins because he do. But my point is,
right. I get what you're saying.
My point is,
what do you think the reason this interview blew up so big was?
Because that's kind of what I wanted to get into next after we finish. I think black culture is becoming extremely negative. And not black culture, internet culture. I feel like internet culture.
We've seen interviews like this with this same kind of content from the Cat Williams and Mike.
No, we haven't.
Not to this length, I guess, but like we've seen Breakfast Club interviews like this. This interview.
What you gotta understand, Juice, is this though. Mm-hmm. Those people that do it are the people that do it. Mm-hmm. So that's not going to raise any eyebrows when it's like the rappers, the people who do it, the fucking reality TV star, the people that do it on those interviews are people who that's what they're known for. That's why this is affecting something, because this is something that normally doesn't happen. You don't see Steve Harvey or Kevin Hart or Mike Epps or any of them go on interviews and do this. You don't see if Robert De Niro would have sat down with Joe Rogan and said, fuck Al Pacino, fuck Martin Scorsese, fuck, it would have had the same effect. It's because this is happening in a realm you don't normally see it. Comedians normally stand together for the sake of comedic unity. So this is disrupting. That's the reason why it's happening. And he mentioned a whole bunch of names. Because the first, I'm talking about from the first, when I finally did watch it, I was, it was like 2 minutes in. Oh, 2 minutes.
That nigga was on this shit immediately, bro. The best part of it, was like, his shit wasn't even written. Like, oh, this nigga cold. He know he serving this shit.
He sat down, didn't say what up. He sat down and said, fuck Ricky Smiley. So he sat down.
Off that, man. He went at Ricky. He went at Earthquake. He went at Kev, Steve, Cedric.
Earthquake can't read. Like, and that's the thing. It was like an expose. He wasn't just roasting niggas. He was saying it from the perspective of, I be around these niggas. I know that nigga can't read. I put a book right in his face, said, Earthquake, read this.
That
The
nigga
nigga couldn't
said
read it.
Harvey Weinstein offered to pay him for him to get his dick sucked.
He said he's a fat face and a liar.
That shit crazy.
That's what it is. Cat got.
Fat
And I
face
just heard
and
he released
liar.
a free. I just heard he released a freestyle dissing Ludacris.
No, he didn't.
He released a freestyle dissing Ludacris.
The fucking sideburn beef is crazy.
And that's the thing, right? That's
The
also
sideburn
why.
beef.
That's also why it's getting so much recognition, right? Because
But I mean,
people,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
People want to believe that anybody that's successful, especially successful and black, got it through some sort of ritual,
Illuminati,
some sort of something. So him sitting on this platform, almost delivering his message as if I've been in these rooms. These niggas is doing that. Confirmed it for everybody who ain't never had shit. It confirmed it. So they go, I knew all these niggas was fucking and killing their family members and doing blood rituals. Like that's what he did.
Yeah.
He went on there and said the Illuminati is real and all these niggas is in it. So that's why it's, you know what I'm saying? It's like breaking the fourth wall for the world of niggas who ain't never do. It's breaking the fourth wall for all the failed creatives. So that's why it's garnering so much attention.
Because I just want to stand on one thing, right? I'm the only person in the world that feels this way. And I know he does some coon ass shit sometimes.
Cool.
But I always feel like Steve Harvey is funny as hell, bro. I know he gets.
Never like Steve. We talked about this for the Kings of Comedy.
I know.
That nigga's not funny to me. I feel like he comedic Bill Cosby. And to be honest,
I love Bill Cosby.
I'm trying to get on these. See, I don't like these niggas who turn their nose down at niggas who don't do. Oh, now you ain't no country bumpkin, gum chewing ass nigga. Now all of a sudden you get up here and you want to act like you ain't no country bumpkin with them bright orange suits on coming out here. Like we know, like Steve ain't never been that funny to me, honestly.
I ain't catching it first. I ain't catching it first.
You know, he be
that's the Steve Harvey perfect laugh right there. The boy's like a donkey.
He doing the cue with his mouth. He be like, nigga, we know he like. That's what I've never been big on Steve personally. Like I was, he was never my
family. You love Family Feud, bro.
No, I actually don't. I watch it when the celebrities go on it sometimes, but I'm not. I'm cool. I'm not a Steve Harvey guy, bro.
Steve Harvey to me is funny the same way Kevin Hart's funny to me. Like they not funny in the way of a Cat Williams or the way of a Dave. They're not that kind of funny.
Steve Harvey comes from the old school. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what
to me. Bill Cosby, his stand up is horrible. I'm talking about snooze fest.
I like Steve Harvey,
but the Cosby Show,
for real. If it wasn't for Bernie Mac,
the band kept playing. That nigga, you tripping?
That was cool. Like it was, bro. Listen, bro. These niggas are. Listen, I'm not. When other comedians say this guy's not funny, this guy's not funny, it does not mean they can't tell a joke and make a room laugh. They are professional. Damn. Hold on, bro. Like, listen, they are professional joke tellers. So of course they can go in a room and tell some jokes and make some niggas chuckle and laugh. There aren't very bro. It's a difference between making a room laugh and having niggas on the floor holding their stomach the way niggas was on Def Jam. Like the way niggas was like in the Def Jam days, it wasn't funny to me. It was Bernie Mac, that era of comedian to me. Bernie Mac, Dave Chappelle, Martin Lawrence, D.L. Hughley. To me, Sid ain't even really that funny.
I don't like Sid. I don't like Sid, bro.
To me, Sid and Steve Harvey, the same comedian, is one of them niggas sing. It's one of them niggas sing, bro. Like, I don't.
Sid
to me don't be funny. I will act Project Ish. I got to go, Boogie. I got to go. Like, it's just not funny to me. So, but at the end of the day, it's funny to somebody and they're professional joke tellers, but I do feel like there's
You like
levels. And I
Johnson
don't
Family
feel like,
Reunion?
huh?
What was that, Johnson Family Reunion with Cedric and Taylor? The Johnson Family
With
Reunion? The
with Bow
Johnson
Wow and Solange.
Bow Wow Solange and yeah.
That was cool. I wasn't, nigga, I was a grown ass man. Nigga, I
That
wasn't
shit
thinking
was
about doing
funny
Bow
as
Wow.
hell, Joe. That's my shit as a shorty. That's better than
Yeah,
Roscoe
because you was a
Jenkins.
short. I was a grown ass
That's better than
man.
Roscoe Jenkins.
I don't care for that.
Real shit.
Like,
Real shit.
that's what I'm saying. Not to say that niggas ain't funny at all, but there's levels. That shit
Yeah, for
ain't gut.
sure.
I
For
get some
sure.
chuckles.
Steve
That shit
Harvey's
not
not
gut
in Cat
busting,
Williams' league. No.
falling on the floor. Yeah.
It's not Steve Harvey. I feel
Too
like
loud for
Steve
you?
Harvey is in the same class as Chris Tucker.
Too loud? Yeah, you want to sit right here? All right.
I feel like Steve Harvey in the same class as Chris Tucker.
I mean, I guess they're all kind of in the same class, but it's just levels. It's just levels. It's ranking. We could be in the same weight class, but
Tiers.
Yeah, it's a difference. Everybody not top 10, top 5 to me. Like, and
No,
I think
Steve
that,
Harvey
like
ain't
I
on top
said,
50. Steve Harvey ain't top 15. But I'm just saying.
that's what I'm saying.
No, I'm with you then. But I'm saying he's
Kings
funny.
of Comedy, to me, Bernie, I can skip all of the Kings of Comedy and watch Bernie Mac.
If you remove Sad and DL, I would watch the shit out of that. I feel like Steve, his intro to Bernie, that shit's cool. I feel like him being a host was a smart move because that's who he is. Like look at him, look at the
You see
retrospect.
what happened when they got on stage in Detroit? Cat Williams tore his fucking head off.
So I remember as a shorty, that's what's on World Star. That shit was classic.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that Cat is right and wrong because it didn't have to be so. It's like, and that's another thing I'm gonna start doing this year. It's not standing in the middle so much, but I can understand let's draw a line between these niggas, between the house niggas and the field niggas. Let's draw a line between these niggas. That's it. It didn't have to be that visceral, but I can understand the logic behind
this
y'all
is
niggas been calling me crazy because what we do have to factor in is that Cat Williams was responding to some of this stuff. Some of this stuff has been said. Y'all been calling me crazy forever. I've been trying to move my own way. Hey, they do that to people like him. People like him, DMX, Damon Dash, people who want to blaze their own trail and not suck dick on this side of the industry. They do that to them. So I do understand his logic of let's draw a line between these niggas. I get it.
Hot take. That Cat Williams interview was better than that little Dave Chappelle special that came out on New Year's.
I haven't watched the Dave Chappelle special yet because I don't subscribe to Netflix no more. I think Netflix is ass. So
Netflix has its moments, but let me tell you something.
It's ass though.
Real quick. Switch over to Dave.
That's what I was going to ask you before we get off this, because I'm tired of everybody talking about the race thing, because I do feel like it's black podcasting in general, it's black content creation in general becoming too negative.
I don't think it's as negative as it's competitive. I feel like it's black people with just a competitive race for some reason. That's who we are. That's not our culture. It's competition. And I feel like, unfortunately,
there is people would say that works to the whole brainwashing of separating us.
For sure it does. It absolutely does. But at the same time, I feel like we're in a position now where everyone's getting money in that world. So it shouldn't matter to you. Like as much that's why I get annoyed. I like Cat Williams more than like Kevin Hart. Like I like his comedy better. I like him. I like him when he speaks. It's more. I'm saying it's more. It pulls you in more. Like it's more. It's more interesting when he speaks. His content is more interesting. It's more diverse. It's more versatile. While Kevin Hart's mostly just goofy. But at the same time, watching him compare himself or watching him feed into comparisons, like you funny. Why even like he ain't mentioned your name, like in public. Once again, to that, like it's like. Why are you? What's the point of you jabbing? Like he even mentioned his name yet? Like Shannon asked no questions about him or Ricky. He asked about none of the, that's only like this is pretty much
that's
his
the
way.
Part where it's hate because they ain't even asked you about this man.
Like, he didn't even get to that. Like he had no idea this beef was even existing, and you went on for like 3 hours. He went on for 3 hours Like I want to side with Cat so bad, but it's like you went over 3 hours about these niggas.
Is it not working?
But at the same time, Faison Love and a lot of these folks were going DJ Vlad. That's what they do. Shout out to you for being sober during this time. Shout out to you for being sober during this time.
Bro,
That takes real constraint. Sobriety during this time must be
this
difficult, boy.
what time is this? I forgot which number of kid this is, but
Oh yeah,
this ain't my first.
been there,
This
done
ain't
that.
my first rodeo, bro. The last one is always the Hellcat, but
Yeah.
you know, Fiend, stop. And that's the thing, like that's why I don't understand, right? This whole gentle parenting, it's like, because I don't believe in like beating your kids or whooping your kid, like all of that. All that's pointless. But it's like, bro, what do you? So how do you gentle parent that? But yeah, what was we talking about again?
We're still on Cat, I believe, but we're talking about. I was trying to get into Dave a little bit real quick. I just feel like Dave Chappelle's content, like he's funny. Don't get me wrong, Dave Chappelle, but like the constant reminder that I'm saying you have this issue with the transsexual community, or they have an issue, like you just like to poke fun a little bit for whatever reason. Like it's cool, but like it's become stale, and even kind of like his, it's kind of been the same content for the last 4 specials. So it feels like the same thing regurgitated in a different, funny way with Dave twist, same setup, same stories. It's everything's very, it's very what's the word, formulaic at this point. It seems.
Hold on.
Fatherhood. I must say that Chappelle's content lately has been just stale, kind of regurgitated.
I didn't watch it.
I mean, it's Chappelle. It's funny. His moments. A couple transsexual jokes. A couple LBGTQ plus jokes. But yeah, Chappelle being Chappelle. He has his moments. But overall, it was pretty much it was a dud for me. Like, it wasn't nothing to talk about for real. And no real big talking points that took away from it. Like I feel like Country Wayne shit was better. I feel like
and that's bad because I didn't like Country Wayne special.
You didn't like it? I feel
No.
like I like Country Wayne more like Mike Gus.
I like him better in his skits than I do. If that was his standard, I'm sure Netflix his shit out.
Yeah.
I want to see him live without them giving him parameters because I know he does clean comedy, but
yeah,
it was something about his Netflix special that I didn't too much care for.
Real shit. But I feel like Cat Williams pretty much his interview was a special. Like that 50 million, that's insane.
Yeah.
Like Shannon Sharp is.
I just hope I really want to see what his next stand up is after this.
That nigga has met Shannon Sharp met his year quota probably in that one in this month of January.
Mm-hmm. Like, and I see Country Wayne is Shannon Sharp's next guest.
I just watched. So I watched.
That's gonna be a good. That's gonna be a good Cat Williams effect. Like with anybody who comes on after are gonna,
Yeah, it's a good interview so far.
Definitely put a lot of niggas on with that interview.
Yeah, for sure. Cause like, and Shannon's always been a good interviewer, because he doesn't really. It's good and bad for me, right? Like it's good because he lets the interviewee speak, but it's also bad for me because he never does like follow-up questions. Like, he'll let Cat Williams say some crazy shit and just be like, "All right, that'll be it. Move on."
I mean, what was the follow-up for some of that? What could he follow that up with?
It's just like certain shit. Like it's hard to really describe.
I don't like all the critiques Shannon's getting as an interviewer.
No, he's good. He's great to me as an interviewer.
Yeah,
I
they never critiqued him before this interview. What was he supposed to do? And Cat Williams is a wild card, bro.
True.
What are you gonna like? That's.
I feel like the reason why I feel like people are comparing him, right? Because in the black media interview space, after that interview, I would not be mad at anybody saying he's the best interviewer in the black media. But now if you go outside of black media, you look at Joe Rogan, right? The way Joe Rogan kind of makes it more conversational. Like, of course, on the Cat Williams one, there's no way to do that. You had to let him go. Let him go. But if you watch the Country Way one, watch it right now, it's it's kind of like Larry King, almost not Larry King, but like it's like Elliot Wilson's kind of way of doing. Like, ask you a question, let you go. But what he does, that Elliot Wilson does not do, is he breaks off the question and has a conversation, like which is dope. It's not really an interview; it's a conversation. If he gets back, he breaks off the interesting conversation and goes back to his question points. And it makes the interview, it kind of, I'm saying, status interview at times. But he's a phenomenal interviewer. I mean, I love Shannon Sharp. I think he's the best athlete to media person ever.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's basically what Elliot does is traditional journalism, versus this new school road journalism that we're all starting to embark on.
Exactly. I wish, we're both fans of Budden. I wish Budden was a better interviewer. I really do not like Budden's interviews.
I like Budden as an interviewer.
I don't like Budden interview. I like when Budden has people on the podcast as an interviewer.
I think when we say this shit, we don't understand how hard it is to interview somebody.
For sure, I'm not saying it's he's a bad interviewer. I'm saying I don't like him as an interviewer. He's not a bad interviewer by any stretch of the imagination.
What don't you like about his interviewing? I started the interview, but I didn't.
If you compare him to the field, I'm saying, like, if you compare him to like a Charlemagne, you compare him to, I like him better than Nori, but compared to even a Wallow, like even the way Wallow or Gilly kind of interview a little bit, like they are also.
I think Joe's smoking them niggas, bro. I think
he's smoking Gilly. I don't think he's smoking Wallow's interview. Wallow's a great.
I think he's smoking them niggas.
Gilly's like Nori, where they like over talk to the guests too much, but Wallow really be on this shit.
I think Joe asks questions that nobody asks people.
Yeah, but he also does this typical Joe random ass. And this not see, it's gonna sound like a diss. I hate this kind of culture. We diss motherfuckers and critique motherfuckers a certain way. I'm just saying, in comparison to certain people, he has this certain gimmick with his that gets annoying with the whole. When last time you cried? Like the random ass that question.
He asks human questions. I think that's what I like about it. I feel like everybody tries so hard to like be the most compelling, and it's like just be human.
But like it's okay. Put this way, right? When I watch, okay, Joe's a good interviewer, correct? That's what I'm saying. Joe's a good interviewer. But I feel like what Joe is known for and what Joe has become great at is with his podcast is his conversation, his ability to be a conversationalist. And when Joe starts asking those bullet point certain questions, it doesn't seem as natural for him. Like when Joe has a guest on the podcast and he brings him into that world, Joe's phenomenal. Like that's when Joe kills shit. Like this last one with Benny and Elliot, he killed that shit. Huh?
You don't like humans?
I like humans. I do like humans. But I'm talking in the hip hop side of things. Like the Mike Tyson.
That's different because in the hip hop side, those are his peers.
Exactly. But I'm saying when he brings them hip hop artists to that like Mike Tyson kind of world, I don't want that from Joe. Because Joe, you're a rapper, and I want Joe.
He's not gonna ask certain questions with the rappers. That's why I prefer him. I like the human series.
For instance, remember when Joe had Nicki on the podcast with Rory and Ma? Remember that shit back in the day?
I kind of remember it.
That was a phenomenal interview compared to the two he's done with her Dolo.
But it seems like you basing it on one interview, bro.
Not really.
It's shooting or two interviews.
No, for sure. I'm just saying.
With Nicki is different because they got the Web and Nitty relationship, bro. That's not because I don't think the Lil Baby interview was bad. I don't think.
I feel like the
interview was bad. The Freddie Gibbs interview was fucking phenomenal.
That was a good interview.
The Freddie Gibbs pull up was dope. Like, so it's not rappers. It's that it's him and Nicki have a deeper personal connection than everybody. So you probably should bring her in the podcast form. But you basically his entire interview style.
Even when he did Big Sean that one time, that felt like just like What is this?
That was tension. Big Sean didn't. I don't think you got to understand. Big Sean hated the nigga for 2 years for they did that interview, and it probably could have been better. But
remember that.
I don't think Big Sean's a good interviewer. I think that's what it is. I think you judging these things. I think you're critiquing these things a little too. I think you're being a little too over analytical with the critique of them interviews.
Okay.
When you're not looking at the person he's talking to, you're only as good as an interviewer as the person you're talking to.
I also feel the same way, like at certain times with Charlamagne, like Charlamagne with Kanye. I feel like Charlamagne was better with Kanye when Kanye was on the Breakfast Club rather than he was walking through the field.
Bro, you're not factoring in logistics. You know, Kanye probably vetted the questions, picked the questions he wanted to ask.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
that's my point. That's my point more so. Like when Joe interviews rappers, Joe gives that feeling of like, all right, I'm giving you a T-ball pitch. Like, I'm just kind of like,
my nigga, if you interview Drake, Nicki Minaj, Kanye West,
that's
Jay-Z,
the one thing I give
probably
Elliot.
LeBron James, any name like that, you probably gotta do that kind of interview. I was watching, prime example. I just watched Gayle King and Jay-Z for the first time 2 nights ago.
Yeah,
I thought it was a phenomenal interview. I thought it was a dope interview. But I was watching that shit going, Jay did all those questions. I knew it. Gayle King did her thing, but I'm like, Jay wrote all those questions.
Jay pinned that
interview again. 100%. It was a good interview, but when you interview and who the fuck finna turn down that interview?
Listen, that's kind of my point, I guess, with Joe. Maybe I'm just overcritical, like you saying. I agree with you there. I don't want, like, certain people. I appreciate or I expect that kind of the Gayle King performance from them. Like, the artist gave you a script, performing and shit. Like, there's certain people I get that. But I give Elliott Wilson credit because I feel like that Drake interview he did, I feel like those are questions no one else could have got past Drake. Like certain questions he got past Drake that I don't think Drake would have touched anywhere else. Like them bullshit ass Zane Lowe interviews, he doesn't get that same shit to. Like Zane Lowe is a person I expect to get that standard music industry question from.
I hate it.
You know what I'm saying? He's mayonnaise. I'm saying like he's he just like he's dressing, bro. Like he's ranch.
What does that mean?
Like
he's mayonnaise.
He's just there to add a texture, bro. He ain't really niggas ain't eating mayonnaise for the taste. Nigga like, ooh, add some mayonnaise, please. Is that really a thing you want? Like it's
man,
like
that was funny.
It just it's a necessary ingredient for certain shit. Like potato salad just happens to be better with mayonnaise. Like mayonnaise just happens to make potato salad good. But outside of that, funny, who wants mayonnaise? But
get it.
I'm a fat nigga, bro. I gotta put it down.
Oh shit.
Bad terms. But yeah, like I feel like Zane Lowe, I expect that from. Joe Budden, I want you to kind of be like off script. I want you to seem off script, even if you are off. Even if you are on script.
Okay, would you do that at the risk of this said interviewee getting up and walking out the interview, or you blowing a relationship with somebody you really got a close relationship with? Are you doing it?
I'm not saying be bogus. I'm just saying like.
But I'm saying that might be bogus to the person they're interviewing.
To me, what makes a good interviewer, a big part of what makes a good interview in general, is the natural feel of it all. And I just feel like when Joe interviews that way, it does not seem natural. I feel like Joe is a good interviewer, but when he goes in that method of doing interviews, when he gets the low lights, he gets the couch, he does the Joe shit. Like the Vince Staples interview he did like that, it was fire. But Joe was like comfortable in that way with
because he knows what he can and can't do. Like that's what I'm saying, bro.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm agreeing with what you're saying. You're making your point's 100% valid. But I'm just saying, to me, it's unfortunate that that's true in that sense because it took away from what the interview should have been. Like a Joe
Welcome to Hollywood, bro.
Sure.
The bigger the Hollywood superstar, the more concentrated and finagled the shit is.
That's fair. It just
is what it is.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh shit. Okay. But real quick, going back to music real quick. We touched on Drake for a second. We touched on Soul Quarians for a second. Oh man.
Oh man, I forgot all. Yeah, inform me.
Yeah, man. So
What's going on? What's happening?
So I want to give credit where credit's due. But Mos Def won an interview. And the young lady on the interview asked Mos Def, "Is Drake hip hop?" Whoa, hold on. Mos Def. If you pretty much asked the interviewer asked Mos Def if Drake is hip hop, and he went on a long spiel, pretty much saying why he didn't say it was not hip hop. He just pretty much said, "Let's pull it up." What is his name? Damn. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to see if I can find the name of the actual interviewer.
It's pop to me. In the sense, like, if I was in Target in Houston and I heard a Drake song, it feels like a lot of his music is compatible with shopping.
Commercial music.
Or it's shopping with an edge in certain instances.
Fair. I like Drake's music, but I understand exactly what you're saying.
Of course, I mean,
It's commercial, entertaining, fun, good,
it's
formulaic music.
it's likable.
Likable music, yeah.
It's likable.
So pretty much, we can credit the young lady in the media outlet in Post. But that was Mos Def's response. You heard it?
Mm-hmm.
That was Mos Def's response to her question of is Drake hip hop. He went on to get beyond that and speak on how it's beyond Drake. It's just as far as how consumerism in America works, and he was using Drake more so as an example. He didn't really say Drake wasn't hip hop, but he definitely didn't say he was hip hop. But he pretty much spoke
But
to.
was he wrong? I mean, do you not
He
hear
wasn't
Drake
wrong.
in Target?
He wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong at all. Like Drake feeds everyone. Like Drake does not
So it's
target.
like, do we
hip-hop
not
solely.
hear Drake in Target?
all the time? Like God's
Yeah.
plan was made for Target. Like it was just like that kind of song.
Find your loving.
Yeah.
Just hold on, we're going
but-
home. I hear that shit every time I'm in Target.
Drake being
Just
Drake.
hold on, we're going. Every time I'm in Target, I hear that song.
Drake being Drake, though, he made a Instagram black screen response, and pretty much said, what he said? He said, "Umi said, let me shine my light on the world. Don't change up now." Pretty much, of course, quoting Mos Def's famous song, Umi Says, as he sang on that entire song in a very, you know, in a very kind of, island kind of way. And pretty much making Drake's point, saying that you play on that side too a little bit. And I don't think anyone's kind of pointed that out yet. When I see on outlets, I haven't heard anybody really mention how that sound. Like Mos Def, I've always said Mos Def my favorite artist of all time. Like favorite, if I do favorite rapper, like beyond like Biggie and who Biggie is, for me, Mos Def, that album Black on Both Sides, that sound kind of created. I love Kanye West.
Out of all the artists in
I'ma
the
tell you why.
history of hip hop artists,
I'm gonna tell you why.
Mos Def is your favorite?
I'm gonna tell you why. And it's
You want to
because
be Fela Kuti or Harry Belafonte so bad, bro.
it's like shit. But like if you listen to the reason why I love Andre, right? I love the reason why I love Andre. If you add that to that New York Brooklyn sound, you have Mos Def to me, and like that's kind of how I always looked at. I looked at Mos Def. I've always said this. I said Mos Def to me. J. Cole is Mos Def. Kendrick is Andre, in my world, right? That sonically for me, and I feel like Mos Def never gets that credit because Mos Def disappeared. Mos Def.
Who is Talib?
Talib's Corday, I'm joking. Let me chill out.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Hey, that wasn't me. That wasn't Tyler.
Okay.
If you find this clip and post it on your Instagram, that wasn't me.
Hey, Tyler, just know I was a fan of Beautiful Struggle, bro.
That was not
I
Uncle Bay
was a fan
Glorious.
of Beautiful Struggle, bro. Never been in love before. She started like Tupac vocals. Nigga said she started like Tupac vocals. My nigga Talib was a legend on that track, bro.
Oh God. Okay, man.
Thick like bifocals. That nigga's going crazy.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, man, I feel like, but that's the same. Drake, Kevin Hart. Those are the same people. Like I feel like artists, the purists of comedy are gonna diss Kevin Hart. The purists of hip hop are gonna diss Drake. Like is it because they've been hot so long? Yes, but is it also because they feel like they kind of sold their souls to the industry to get hot, be hot this long? I feel like
Get my solo album, Flash. It's long at the top.
Nights like this,
Hey, it's long at the top, man. It happens to everybody. It happened to Jay. It happened to Ja Rule. It happened to Drake. It even happened to 50 at some point. Like when you up there, bro, this is what happens.
Nigga, well, I tell you, I got dissed. My first time getting dissed by a rapper on Twitter was by The Game, right? And it's because it's because I said it's the era when Game would just randomly diss Jay-Z. He just randomly make a Jay-Z diss.
I hate that era. I hate that era.
So I made a tweet like, man, this nigga Game.
And then like pull it back in.
Exactly.
It wasn't dissing Jay. It was like, yeah.
My tweet was like, this nigga Game really just disses Jay-Z, drops an album, apologizes to Jay-Z, and does it all over again every 2 years. He responded, I had a picture of myself with the small beats on, not the big beats, the solos, right? He goes, yo, fat jelly donut eating ass, the little ass
I gotta call me on
beats.
Twitter and find this now. Oh, I gotta call me on Twitter and find this.
I was like, this nigga just cooked myself.
You had the beat, boy.
No, not the pods, the solo joints. The ones that were over your head, but they were skinny. The skinny ones, the ones that little girls wore.
The little fold-up ones.
Yeah. The little skinny joints. It's called the Beat by Dre Solo Slims. The Slims.
He caught you with the wallet beats on.
The wallet joints.
Oh God, bro.
They can fit in your cargo pocket.
Oh man. Oh, Game petty for the A game, man. You owe my man an apology. Now we all grown up, bro. That was a bit much.
I'd rather him do that than block me. Blocking me is weird.
Yeah, that was he burned you down.
I respect it though. Like, yeah, fuck me, right? You mind your business. Why am I talking
shout out the Game too, because that Game and Big Hit project is dope. I ain't gonna lie. And I was not interested in it. Did not even. I thought I was done with Game, but that Game and Hit Boy Daddy. Hey, you know what too? Hit Boy Daddy is my new favorite person 2024, bro. I love Big Hit, man. I do.
I gotta tap in. I don't know, certain things I just know ain't gonna be for me, so I just don't listen to it. But I'm gonna tap in.
Oh,
I just know for me, I've never been a Game fan. So never been a Game fan.
What?
I can appreciate Game, but I've never been a Game fan.
Game got a sick catalog.
He do. I just never listen to that shit. It's like
But all that Fela Kuti shit, yours. Look how weird I can be.
Who else?
All that shit.
It's like
that's cool. You a soul Aquarian, man.
Most of the G Unit crew, like Lloyd Banks, I'm on like the Hunger for More 1 and 2, and like a couple mixtapes, V5.
Failure. His Gangsta Grills mixtape series.
I was never a New York rap fan for real. That's why I was weird at. That's why I'm weird. My favorite rappers ain't from the West Coast or New York for real. It's all like.
That's why you know what?
It's weird as fuck.
I think that
or
might
the
be
South.
a common.
I'm not really a South nigga either.
I think that might be a common Chicago thing, which is why I think most of you niggas hip hop takes are fucking wacky. That whole Good in the Hood group, almost every I've never
smoother New York nigga
crazy hip hop.
That Good in the Hood
Facebook group. I've
Oh
never
yeah, that's
seen
crazy.
such crazy
It'd be
Texas
crazy
in
in
my
there.
life, but a bunch of crazy country Chicago niggas just saying wild shit.
Country Chicago niggas.
Y'all niggas is crazy, bro. Y'all shouldn't. If y'all didn't make such good music out of that city, y'all almost shouldn't be allowed to have a hip hop pass. That's something that y'all say. That's why Lupe be saying a lot of wild shit. Lupe be saying some wild shit. Like all you
Yeah,
niggas
Lupe be
is crazy.
tweaking. Lupe be tweaking.
Y'all
be
y'all
tweaking.
niggas be tripping.
Kanye.
Crazy.
Kanye.
If it wasn't for Twister, you the niggas
Shit, Twister rapping over bullets now. He rapping. That nigga rapped over a machine gun, bro.
man. When I saw that, I said if it wasn't just one thing that a nigga could do to be the most niggerish thing that a nigga could ever do was over rap over a nigga shooting guns in front of you. Just one. Like we just couldn't. You couldn't even like what you call that shit?
Big West
NPC.
Side. Shout out to Twister.
What's the shit? NPC. You couldn't even NPC the gunshots. Like you had a nigga really
With a machine gun just let it ride. Rapping to the beat of a machine gun is
2024 just
crazy.
started. 2024 just started. 2024 just started. It just started. It just started.
Yo, January be long as hell, bro. January
Yes,
be
it do.
moving in slow motion.
Yeah, it do, bro. Yeah, it do.
And the rest of the year just fly by. Be January.
Speaking of like January,
December.
Black History Month, all this shit, you know, Valentine's Day is coming. And
what's that?
yeah, Hallmark holiday shit. But do you know we got our own day?
Was that Swedish Day bullshit?
No, we got Black Love Day, February 13th.
Black Love Day.
Black Love Day, February 13th.
Who's that by Mahogany?
It's been going since 1991.
Who's it by Mahogany or Hallmark?
No, it's by a real black coalition. It's about this lady.
That's dope.
Yes.
I celebrate Black Love Day. Fuck that Valentine's Day.
Black Love Day. And it's not even just about couples.
Chocolate.
It's not even about couples.
It's 5 degrees. I think when mom buy some chocolate and flowers. It ain't even flower season right now.
And that's what I'm saying. And Black Love Day is not actually about, and I actually did a sweatshirt for it on the Van Glorious Media line coming soon, but because I went and researched it. It's about a lady who was so affected by the passing of Malcolm X that she said everybody, couples celebrate love on on February 14th. This has been a thing since 1991, bro.
That's dope.
Like, yeah, and this lady has built a whole thing about, and it's just about black people being good to each other, which it shouldn't just be one day, but it's like, it's a whole like that national holiday and all type of shit. And I didn't even know about it. I didn't even know about it until I was just in my hiatus reading and doing research and all that type of stuff. I wish I was able to pronounce the lady's name and had it here because I'm gonna try to.
My little brother, my younger brother, he recently, I guess him and his mom recently started practicing Kwanzaa. I didn't know about it, but he texted me over that holiday and each day of the day means and shit. I'm like, you know what? I might try practicing that shit next year. I might actually give Kwanzaa a try next year, but just because it is cultural, it's in our roots to a sense. It's based, it's not in our roots. It's American. I think it's American based, American made, but it's for our roots.
I didn't even know that much. I didn't know it was American made. I thought it came from Africa.
I think it's American.
All y'all from Africa.
Shout out to Miss Cleo also.
It actually was founded. I don't know the name of the coalition, but it was founded by a lady named, I don't want to butcher her name, but it's like Io Handy. Like it's obviously it's an African lady. I don't know if I said it right or wrong, but yeah, February 13th, and that's actually my little brother's birthday. So happy, but yeah, so we got our own thing. So even if we don't have to do Valentine's Day. I don't know. That's not like a super, I don't do Valentine's Day really anyway, but I just thought I'd throw that out there because I didn't know it. So I know it's probably a whole bunch of us who don't know that.
Real shit. Unfortunately, do have a hard out soon. I gotta make a move, but before we got here, we haven't touched on it yet. I don't feel like, but Raising Canaan has been fire.
Yes, but I mean, it's been fire the entire time to me. Actually, in my hiatus, I went back when I was off social media. I just went back because of Raising Canaan. I went back and just watched all of, or not all of Power. I started at season, maybe the
Two.
end of. I started from the episode where Canaan kills Sean, and I watched it
I'm gonna do
all
that
the way
too.
up.
Hey, that's a great starting point. I don't think I don't remember that jukebox season that much.
Look, that's why I went back and
I'm gonna do
watched
that.
it.
I'm doing that tonight, bro. No bullshit.
That's why I went back and watched it to study the dynamic
No bullshit.
of Jukebox and Kanan's relationship, and it actually started teaching me. And you know what? It made me also sleep on how good Power acts. I felt the last couple seasons it got so unrealistic that we kind of trashed it some.
Right after they killed Prosser. Okay.
But when I watched it again, it wasn't as bad as we made it. Like, yeah, it was some unrealistic shit in it, but it's a dramatic.
Well, the thing is, the spinoffs have been so trashy in ways they probably.
That's what I'm saying.
In retrospect.
That's what I'm saying. Going back to it.
I'm gonna go.
I went back to it.
That's a great.
I went back to it and started at Sean getting killed, and I fucked around 7? And got a,
So like episode 7.
It's like episode 8 of season 2, I think.
Or season 2? Okay.
Or it might be it's 2 or 3. I think it's 2. But whenever that episode is, I go back. I started at that episode, and I got sucked into a wormhole of Power to the point where I ended up watching that shit all the way to season 3 of Tariq. Okay. I ended up watching all of it because
that's fire.
I was like, you know what? This writing wasn't as bad as we graded. Yeah, some of the things that happened in the story is unrealistic because it's an unrealistic drug dealer show. It's a dramatized.
Problem was it was at first it was going against Empire. So it was like, okay, whatever. It's good. It's better.
But it wasn't going against Empire because it was first. It was before Empire.
But people were comparing it like when it was at its peak. Well, at its peak, when it started getting into its peak, Empire.
The first season of Empire, it looked a lot like Power, and he wasn't wrong about that.
Right.
It did.
But
Power came out 1 year. Empire came out the next year, and Empire was. When I started watching it, I said this should look real Power-ish.
But after Power killed Empire, kinda, I feel like people start comparing it to The Wire, and that's when people started shooting it down, and also the writing kind of sloppy.
Because we always do that. We have to compare everything to The Wire as if anything could ever possibly be The Wire. But it's a whole other conversation. But when I was watching it, I said, yo, this shit was better than I gave it credit for. And I was starting to connect dots because now in watching Raising Canaan, I see Raising Canaan totally different. There's even things happening because I restarted after watching all of them. I restarted Raising Canaan from the beginning. And I pick up on little shit in this season of Raising Canaan that I didn't even notice the first time I watched it. Did you notice? There's an episode in Raising Canaan this season. I want to say it's like 5. Whatever episode, when Rock goes to buy that beauty salon, and she was talking to the white guy about buying the salon. Watch that scene again. If you watch that scene, Tommy's name is spray painted on the back of that building behind them, bro. Okay. So Tommy running around in the neighborhood somewhere.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm looking at little shit like that because the first Power, they always mention, because at the end of the day, the story starts, the whole Power thing is Ghost and Kanan got beef because Kanan taught these niggas everything they know, and Ghost had him locked up. So the whole Power thing starts whenever this moment happens.
Yeah.
So if we're watching this, because the one continuous thing I kept like noticing in the first Power, they continue to talk about some nigga named Breeze, who kind of trained Kanan to some degree, or was like a big homie to all of them. So when does this Breeze guy come in? Because Ghost kills Breeze too. You see what I'm saying? So at some point,
we're now seeing Kanan meet with all the top dogs in Queens, wherever they are. So I think
Yeah, at some point in this
we're on the
show,
fast track. We're getting there.
at some point in this show, I think in the next season or two, we're going to see Tommy and Ghost.
Because somebody, I think it's some bullshit ass speculation, but I saw somebody post on Facebook, I believe, one of those kids, Kenny was passing the weed over to the ride the bikes and shit. They said that kid was Ghost. I'm not sure what they got, how they got the information.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be interesting because like the whole Tommy, like because when I was watching that shit, I was picking up on so many things that I just didn't even pay attention to the first go round of Power but it's little things they say in that show that low key everything's connected, and they started building the Tariq shit like the season before the last season of Power.
Sure.
Like I can see it now with all the wheels are turning, but that shit is like all that. I say all I have to say. Raising Kanan is fire. It's my favorite one out of the entire series, but Tariq is starting to look really good too now.
Tariq and BMF are both cold, but Tariq is really good. I love Tariq. Tariq is.
But BMF, they can keep that shit.
I hated the way BMF ended last season, but before that moment, it was good for me.
Season 2 is trash. But I'm from Detroit, so I guess I got a I got a different landscape of.
That's true.
Like I know it's like 95% unrealistic and not true and all of that, but that's the part I don't like about BMF is you could have put more truth. Like most of that shit is live.
It's better than Force.
I like Force.
See, you're from Chicago.
I like Force.
You're from Chicago.
I didn't like the first.
That shit's impossible.
But see, you from Chicago. I didn't like the first season of Force.
That shit's impossible, bro.
I didn't like the first season of Force, but I did like the second season of Force. But all of it's impossible. Nigga in Power, they was having shootouts in broad daylight in Manhattan.
Them two niggas ain't running no gang in the city. Them two niggas is not running no gang.
But all of it's unrealistic, bro. That New York, if you nigga, they got stop and frisk. If you get caught breathing with a gun, you're going to prison. Like they having shootouts in broad day in Manhattan.
I'm just talking about these two dudes, these two brothers running two gangs, and no.
I mean, well, the gangs are fictional gangs.
Them two niggas ain't running. Them two niggas ain't running shit, man.
How you feel about the man Freddie was in there? Freddie was in that shit.
That was hard.
With the fucked up eyes.
That was hard, man. My friend Freddie be catching
Speaking of your man Freddie.
He be catching L's left and right, bro. It's tough out here.
The baby mama diss record?
That was crazy.
That's crazy.
But
hey, you know what?
Shout out to Benny though, because Benny talked about it on a Breakfast Club, and he would conscious about it on Joe Budden shit too. He was mature about it. The way he broke it down, you gotta respect it. Like, he's like, even with me and the baby mama, he was like, I gave her chain back. I guess when they got to the altercation with Freddie, like, they took her chain off her neck. So he gave the chain back, and she wanted a picture. He wasn't playing.
Benny out here winning the real nigga war against them, but everybody, Benny out here winning the real. Look though,
but Benny did say hell no when asked if he'll make music with him ever again.
Yeah, hot take. That you know how we say the Simpsons predict everything.
Yeah,
the current state of the world today, the Boondocks predicted all. Freddie Gibbs, baby mom dissing him. The Boondocks predicted that shit, bro. Rap beef, nigga. Like.
Rap beef, nigga.
Think about it.
No, that's a great one.
This is a real thing, bro. Where it's like, hey, I'm not getting along. Rap beef, nigga. What's up? Like the Boondocks, my man. Today is time. Bring the Aaron, wherever you are. Bring the Boondocks. With all of this shit going on, we need. I know John Witherspoon is not here. God rest his soul. We need the Boondocks back. We need it back. Maybe grow them niggas up some or something and kill Granddad off. We need that type of reflective culture to, like, we need that type of satirical reflective culture in all of this nonsense today. We need it.
Yeah, man, that'd be dope. Boondocks was probably one of my top 5 shows of all time, so that'd be amazing.
Love it. I got the box set. I got the box. You know what, man? I don't know how much longer you got. I don't know how long we've been on. I want to ask you like a man question, like a personal, like, because I had this happen before 2024 run in. I was in the cusp of this. I was in the vicinity of these type of things happening, right? So I wanted to ask you on this pod, and anybody viewing, they can comment and feel free to tell me what you guys would do in this hypothetical scenario, right?
Okay. All right.
So you are in a scenario where you've been friends with two dudes, like these two of your mans, for a long time. Let's say a decade plus.
Okay.
This is like, I don't even want to say day ones. I don't want to say day ones because it ain't that, but it is
Right.
a long,
Right. Post high
like,
school homies.
yeah. It's like we met as grown men, but as a matter of fact, as a matter of fact, it's like those two was cool before you was in the circle type shit.
Okay. Okay.
Right? Now, they're not as close as they used to be, but they're still cool whenever they talk. It's, like not because anything happened, but because, I'm just over here, he over there, like, shit happens. One friend tries to get like with the other friend's ex, but it's like, this ain't like no work. This ain't a jump off. This is like, nigga, they had a whole full-blown relationship years down the line, and you find out and you in the middle of, like, you find out that one of your homies is Dirty Mac and one of your other homies' exes. What do you do in that scenario?
Oh, that scenario.
Being the homie in the middle.
Yeah. My instinct tells me in my business. Same time.
Do you say anything to either of them?
I was ready to eat bogus to the dude that's doing it. Yeah, I do that. But I definitely wouldn't. I wouldn't tell the dude who girl it is. That's gonna be in the friendship.
Yeah, because it's like, yeah, I was thinking
ain't shit happened yet. If I know,
but it's like the intention that it's like, it's your man. You be telling this nigga you love him, bro, and you doing this. That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's odd. And I was in that scenario, and one of our other mans was in the circle was like, because I said the same thing. I said I ain't gonna say nothing to my mans about him dirty macking because he might, But he was like, I wouldn't say that. No, nigga. I'm gonna tell. I don't care. I'm not angry about it, nothing. But I'm gonna be like, hey, my nigga, you doing some weirdo shit right now, bro. You're doing some weirdo shit. I just let you know. I see you. So in the event that you ever do it to me, now I know that you're the one of the types that you'll do it. You do it. I see you. That's it.
Real shit. Yeah. Yeah, definitely got call me on this shit. Like as a friend, I feel like that's the first thing. Like, first step, I gotta call you on your bullshit. Yeah. If I see you do that shit again or you go further, then I don't know. That's gonna be where it's tough. It's like, do I tell my homie? Because I done told your ass you foul.
Right.
Now I'm 5 on tell, but I'm 5 on you tell. It's like,
right. Well, I know it's almost time to get out of here, and I guess we'll end it off like this, because I feel like we're 11, 12 episodes in. Then we found our rhythm. Even though we've not recorded in a few weeks, we was able to pick our rhythm up like that. So I've been watching the episodes back and it's been reflecting on us on the show. Like 2024, where do you like? What are some things you want to do in 2024? And not even just as Bishop Bastille, as just as an individual. We're opening up the year, so
Well, I'm definitely I'm focused on, man, just improving all aspects of everything. I want to get out my comfort zone as far as employment wise goes. I want to expand. I know I deserve more as far as occupation goes. I want to explore better options for myself for the long term. Health and wellness is definitely on my mind because, as you mentioned earlier, like, man, 40 will be a motherfucker. You think 30 a motherfucker? It only gets worse. It ain't gonna get easier, my nigga. So yeah, is definitely want to focus on that. Just prioritize what's necessary. Why I truly value, what I truly want out of life. I gotta prioritize some things. I gotta stop. I'm saying just not doing that essentially. And with Bishop is still, I want us to also get our comfort zone. Like we do this shit with ease. We can do it. We can talk
Yeah.
with nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely time for us to start um doing more.
Opening ourselves up to
Yeah,
vulnerability.
like cause even going back to what you kind of started the podcast off, which you want to touch on also at last episode. You know what I'm saying, and like even you, some of you expand on it, but you pointing that out. It's like okay, we got to. We're not perfect. We're not hitting 1,000 here. You know what I'm saying so.
Right.
Let's continue to get better, and so you can go from
Right.
there.
I think it's the same thing with me. Just want
Interviews.
to improve as a content creator, a public speaker. I mean, I know we both tend to stutter on here a lot. I don't know if it's natural for you, but I've been stuttering since I was a kid. Like it's an
Yeah,
actual
likewise.
speech impediment.
You have an impediment somewhere.
Yeah, I have an actual speech impediment. I don't know if
Somewhere
people know that. I can turn it on and off depending on what mood I'm in.
Mhm.
I think I definitely want to stop
You're just
wasting so
speaking
much.
faster than you think. It's like
Yeah,
your mouth moving faster than your brain type shit.
yes. And it's like it runs in my family. Like it started at my great grandfather,
Mhm.
and like a lot of the men in my family have it. It skipped a couple of us, but it
Mhm.
is what it is. I want to learn new things, unlearn a lot of old things. I want to stop saying nigga so much. I want to stop using profanity so much because I do have a vocabulary that I could use. I don't want to sound, I don't like to sound like cliche podcaster though and be trying to out articulate everybody. I just want to talk the way I talk, but I also
For
don't
sure.
want to cuss and say nigga so much. And I think that I just want to stop wasting so much time on social media. Like when I do pop back out, make my tweets mean something. Not just spend hours on Twitter or Instagram or any of that. And, like you said, improve, get in shape, slim down some. I'm officially in my 40s. I'll be 42 in 7 months. I don't want to be approaching my mid 40s looking like one of them men in black characters with the belly and shit. I'm skinny everywhere else, and then I'm big right here. I don't know. I want to try all type of new shit. Check some bucket list things off. Hey, I might even try steroids. Ozempic.
Ozempic. Hey, I thought about it. I ain't gonna count.
Nah, but like
Skinny juice coming
seriously, man.
soon. Skinny juice on the way.
Seriously, man. I just want to improve as a podcaster, definitely a public speaker, and get outside our comfort zones. Pretty much same thing you said, bro.
Absolutely, man. Definitely want to do some more interviews. Expand the content. Like I'm sure what you were alluding to regarding the last podcast. Like we could do the awards better because we really just freestyled the awards. We talked about doing an award show. We came in, we did an
The
award show.
next day we did it.
we didn't.
We did it the next day.
We didn't give a.
We
That's
just put
why
no thought into it.
I'm not sure if we mentioned it. I'm not sure we talked about it on the podcast or not yet. But we mentioned what's the young guy's name? The podcast. What's the name of the podcast? They came on Joe's shit and did the awards.
All the guys with the bell.
Yeah.
I subscribe to their page too.
It's a report card or something like that. But shout out to them. And that they had their awards set up or whatever, but I feel like they even didn't structure it how it didn't flow as they wanted it to flow, I'm sure. Next year, even at the midterms, we're gonna come in, we're gonna organize. I would like to have each award down to 10 to 5 nominees, us both agreeing upon those 2 nominees. And if we want to, we can
do a real award show.
If we want to split the award, we can, but we have to at least get down to the same 5, same 10 people to choose from. Because there are moments when we just both, like me forgetting about BJ Chicago Kids Gravy was simply because I didn't have that name in front of me. So I just remembered, R&B album, Victoria Monet's Queen. That was fire. That album is so big this last year that that name just stuck with me. But BJ's Chicago Kids Gravy should at least been mentioned in that category
Yeah.
from us.
And get more guests and do better interviews. And because the NASA interview was fun, we flew off the rails. Pinky
Yes,
was
absolutely.
in the rise of the Diddy scenario. So we spent most of the episode talking about that.
My
but
nigga lost Ciroc and DeLeon.
did he? Well, he was already left off Ciroc. That happened last year.
Yeah, but I guess the
That was
same
before
company.
all the allegations happened.
He was still part. He still had some sort of equity in it, I think.
It was something with Deleon, but yeah, he was already removed from
But
Ciroc.
he dropped all his accusations on DeLeon, and they severed ties. Yeah, man, that's right. Puff might not be seen till
Puff, stay in the house 2024.
do
You
a
got the
Russell
album
Simmons.
out. Don't go
Do a Russell
on
Simmons.
tour. Don't do nothing. Stay in the house, bro. Just lay
go to
low.
Bali. Call Russell Simmons up.
Then you said something about he was
my
talking
Russell
about
Simmons
interviews.
turned
Like,
to a ghost. My nigga Russell Simmons did a Wesley Snipes to y'all ass.
did you mention like who like something about dream interviews or something like that?
who was of entertainers, artists, personalities out there of today that either you are intrigued by or just a big name or just anybody, who is like a dream interview you have for the next 5 years that you would just want to talk to?
I think I got two in mind with that because I'm looking at it like, okay, things I think are a possibility, and then things that are in my wildest dreams I would never think could even happen. Right. So I guess I'll start with like in my wildest dreams at the top of the top. Who would I interview that I couldn't even like see it happening? If I'm being honest, Vince McMahon. Real talk, because for real. If I'm being honest, like in my wildest dreams, who I could see myself sitting down and wanting, this is your life. Because he's done documentaries and all that shit, but I feel like there's questions people don't ask him. And I think he's one of the greatest business minds in history. Like, the proof is in the pudding. He sold WWE for billions of dollars. And I can just sit back and, so I would love to interview Vince McMahon. But what I would see short term and people that I'm very interested in talking to that I think is very possible, number one on my list for some reason, Mickey Fax. Mickey Fax has an entire university dedicated to teaching people how to properly spit bars. I would love to pick his brain. I would love to like sit down with Mickey Fax. Love to.
That's fire. Both of those are fucking fire. Mickey Fax is a great name to choose from. Mickey Fax has been around for some of the most. My favorite times hip hop. My favorite era is blog era. So Mickey Fax.
He's one of my favorite MCs, to be honest. And I feel like
he was
does a
there
lot of interviews, and people always ask him about the sensationalized shit, the Joe Budden, all that shit. I feel like there's a more interesting conversation to have with him than just
beefs,
that.
All the beefs,
I think there's a very intriguing, in-depth conversation to be had with him. That's I don't even want to talk about that for real.
Just his love for the sport in general. He's a student of it, so students talking the sport is always fun. Anytime I can geek out over hip hop is a great conversation. He released
one of the most prolific projects. I've never really seen anything like it since. That Mouse project, that Mickey Mouse project, where he was inside of a artist. Basically, he put himself in the shoes of an artist that was alive in the Warhol, Basquiat era and going through the AIDS epidemic and all, and the crack epidemic and all. Like, I wanted to see the visual of that. It's supposed to be a part 2 that's been on hold or not on hold. He just hasn't, I'm sure, following that. That's like some cult following shit. I would love to talk to Fax, bro. That's one person I would love to talk to.
That's hard. My dream interview will probably be Questlove. I think Questlove is a library, and I would love to.
Yeah,
I saw
that coming.
He has this interview. He's the best narwhal interview you'll ever see.
Look at how weird I can be.
He's an encyclopedia, man. Like Questlove is an
That's
encyclopedia.
dope, though. That's
I
dope.
feel
I
like
like his. I like his podcast too. You know, it's another good interview too. David Bannon. That's another person I would love to sit
David
down with.
Banner is a good one.
Another person I would love to sit down with.
David Banner's definitely a good one. Someone I guess that's like accessible to interview. I'm not sure, but I didn't think about that one for real.
Hey man,
That's a good
you
question.
what's up with Sam? You the pivot gang boy.
What
What's
you
up?
mean?
We need Sam. We need Mello. We need these.
They don't interview for real, but I think Melo would definitely do it.
Mello is definitely he's definitely an intriguing person.
Because Melo, like, as Melo's friend, I tell Melo this all the time. Like, and if you don't know who we talk about, it's MF and Melo from the Pivot Gang. Shout out to bro. And I tell him this all the time as his friend. Like, bro, I don't know you. You are an enigma. Like, because Melo's like, if you listen to his music,
so you know him forever, and you don't know.
like if you listen to Melo's music, bro, it's like a cross between like some street shit and some like neo soul shit. Like, it's incredible. It's like, honestly, like as his friend, I tell him all the time, like, bro, it's wild that I'm your friend because I'm really a fan of your music. Like, I can't. It's really that's like a really the biggest compliment I can give anybody in Pivot. Like, yo, I'm really a fan of y'all shit. That's crazy. Like, I'm my homies, but like, I really fuck with y'all music to this degree. Like, I compare them some of the best. I don't do that shit a lot in public because like I feel like it's corny in a way because I'm just self conscious that way. But like, there's people who I think I compare some of the bigger names like they can't rap with Sad, they can rap with like Mello, or I just hear it. I know me being a hip hop head, not being a friend, I really can tell these niggas is different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which is dope to me.
And I actually relate to you in that sense of that's also something that I want to do, but I want to sit down in person, like you said, Joe Budden, low light setting. But if I'm being honest, another one on my list of people that I want to interview like that in depth, you.
Oh shit.
You. Because it's like I'll always ask myself questions that I don't ask you about you. That is like, because you do have a very interesting story as for a very interesting disposition as far as being the way your DNA is set up with being very eccentric, very eclectic, very
that's crazy.
Very peaceful, and being from such a gangster ass city. Yeah. I want to know how that environment created this person.
That's real shit. Yeah. Well, Chicago does have that conscious side of artists also. Like we have,
but like it's like Detroit. We're like brother cities. Like we have that same thing, but I turned out like me and you turned out like you. Yeah. So, and I know you grew up in gang culture.
It just so happens that I feel like it's because for me, I don't know, I just gravitated more to Kanye and Twista. Like it's like that kind of thing. Like,
but that's not even just music personality wise. I mean life experience. How does life? Because you easily could have been a G Herbo Chief Keef growing up. You could have easily been that, but you're not.
Easily.
See what I'm saying? I'm sure you got homies that
group around all kinds of GDs, all
know?
kinds of lords. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a very intriguing story to me. So I had to put on my list of dream interviews. To me, you actually one of them.
And that's why I always kind of like say like, well, I know this, but most of my homies too. Like Wolf, I don't know how it's happening that way, but most of my homies do have either a father or father figure in their household growing up. So I feel like that's also like a big part of that shit. Like I really believe in that shit. That's
something that I'm interested in because I think we talked about that before, but it's like I'm interested in all that.
Yeah, real shit. But yeah, I feel that's a good way to kind of close it for now. I'm pretty much free, and just seeing myself sit here for this long. I wouldn't mind coming back tomorrow, bro, if you down. I'm saying, like,
I mean, let's do it. We got to double back. What's tomorrow? Thursday, Friday?
Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday.
New music day.
The way I feel right now, this is crazy. I'm like really proud of myself, Pokey. Oh, yeah.
Maybe jump back in Friday because Friday is new release day.
Bet. Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm down with that. Friday's perfect. So yeah. So we begin. We're gonna treat y'all. We took a big little hiatus for a second or 2 weeks hiatus. We'll get you back to back real quick and real nice.
Yeah, let's double back on them.
Double back on their ass. You know what I'm saying?
Hot
Appreciate you,
damn,
bro.
oh, here we go again.
And hopefully next time, saying Fee be a little calmer. Saying shout out to guest star Fee.
Dealing with little girls, man. Phoenix Rain, she was moody today. You she'll be all right next go around. I don't, this is how this works.
For sure, man. Till next time, man. Bishop is still. Peace.
Hey.